Hello, hello, hello. We're off to a very late start. I guess we're gonna start in about a minute. And I already know for a fact that we're not gonna get a lot of viewers today. I just know. I just know. But that's okay. Because the whole point of this is not to have like a lot of viewers. Well, I mean obviously to get a lot of viewers, but it's just fun for me, so I think it's already time. No? Oh well, get start. Get start. By the time I start playing, I think it's already 8:15. So let's do the intro. All right, need to mic check. Test one. There you go. I think the camera's alright. Maybe do this slightly. I should have been doing that like way earlier than this, I suppose. I don't know. I thought it was okay. You know, my OCD is kicking in. That doesn't look very center-ish. Even though I'm blind. Why is this not central? What is going on? There. Sorry guys, I'm having to play around with the camera. Anyway, hello. Hi guys. Welcome on in. SpartanDee playing Neverwinter again. Streaming on Twitch. Maybe on other platforms. We'll see in the future. Because apparently Streamlabs now allows you to dual stream for free. I didn't know when they implemented that. I believe you were allowed to do that back in the day. However, they proceeded to charge people to be able to do that. Like 2 years ago, something like this. And in light of mod 31, I believe coming soon, May 6th, it'll be May 7th for me because I am from the future. So it will not come out until, I want to say Friday. I haven't actually checked the calendar. Actually Tuesday for you guys. Wednesday for me. What do I have on Wednesday? I have my schedule here. You passed SpartanDee. You suck, bro. What does TC mean? What does TC mean? I should have written that in full. Oh, wait. No. You know what? I think I do know what that is. I think that's training. Yeah, it's training. Right, I have training at like, it looks like 8 p.m. Yeah. It's a good thing I remembered. I was like, what am I supposed to be doing this week? So that looks like Bulgura. I don't need to do him, I don't think. Right. Let me just grab VIP keys. So, our kind of like goal for today is to prep for mod 31. And I think the focus is on newer players. Because veteran, or I don't want to say senior, but veteran players, 25% off any bags. I don't need that. Veteran players, they're kind of like established, so they can just like get into it, get into like mod 31. When I say established, yeah, people who've been playing the game for years, I suppose that would categorize them as well. But people who've been playing the game for a while, right? So they can just like jump into mod 31. But what about people? And I do believe this is just my own opinion, my observation. I haven't done any research on this, but I do believe that new players do come in at every mod. And yes, once they go through the first like 20 levels or the intro to the game, I do believe they can just jump into the new zone or mod 31 content. Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say historically in the past, that's what people were able to do, as in players were able to do. However, now that I'm thinking about it, I do feel like perhaps they need to have a certain item level. And don't worry, for the players who are new, I will explain that hopefully concisely to the point as much as possible. I'm not making a lot of sense right now, but it's okay. So the first thing that we need to cover, and of course, people haven't come into the stream yet. So, and again, as I said earlier, I don't believe a lot of people will come in, which is fine. It is early, especially. I don't tend to stream until 2 hours later from this point. But the reason why I wanted to start earlier was because I couldn't do my workout today, this morning, because I did body pump yesterday. And if people don't know what body pump is basically...
_____. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, because I've been busy, bro. Reti, I've had to go through a lot of training for my insurance, my Islamic insurance agency. So, and then I chipped my tooth. I chipped my tooth. It came off. I was eating into a bone, chicken bone, and it cracked my tooth. So I had a big gap in the middle of my teeth. I don't know if I have the picture here, so I can show you guys. I don't know how much you want to see this even. It's not exactly... I don't think you can see it from these pictures anyway either. So yeah, I cracked my tooth. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Let me zoom it in. Face cam. Can you see that? I cracked my tooth. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? You see that gap? Yeah. So I cracked my tooth, and I wasn't about to stream with a cracked tooth like that. But as you can see, it's okay now. But it does feel weird, because I do know that it's fake. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not my actual teeth or tooth.
Runty ____. Oh yeah, LUL looks good now.
Yeah, you can't tell, right? If I didn't tell you. But yeah, I wear my heart on my sleeve, so I tell everything to everybody. But yeah, so I've been busy with real life stuff, and other than trainings, I mean, I'm juggling between, I want to say, 2 careers. One is my selling gold, and the other one is my Islamic insurance that I'm training for right now. So amongst other things, life, family, whatsoever. I don't even get to play Neverwinter as much either. So the kind of like topic of today is to prepare you for mod 31. So while we're waiting for people to come in, I could just start talking about that. So yeah, what's up with you? Long time no see. I think the last time I streamed was about 2 weeks ago, I want to say, or possibly just a week. Not sure, because like I said, I've been very busy. Like when I say I'm very busy, I start at like in the morning, like 8, maybe even 7 in the morning. And then it doesn't finish until, say, 10 at night. So, I mean, not my training, not the whole day. Like, my whole day, there's something I have to do from morning till night. So, and that was like for the whole week that I was away, or 2 weeks that I was away. So, I just log in, get my keys, as you saw just now. I think I did pick it up. I do believe I have my keys already. Yeah, it's there. So let's see if we can get lucky and get that undead lion. Finally.
Runty _____. Just chillin' around. These
Alright.
days not usually even up these hours, got the schedule somewhat fixed and you rarely seen you on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't tend to turn on. I don't tend to go on until later today. But as I was saying earlier, I need to make a video for new players so that when Mod 31 hits, they don't get like lost, as in like running around like headless chickens. Like, what do I do next? So, kinda the first thing that you need to do, even before logging into the game, I want to say is actually, let me just change characters, is create as many characters as you can. So I'm doing a little flex here for people who don't know. I have about 55 characters in my account, which is the maximum that you are able to create. So these are kind of like this is my latest project. This is the only female toon in my whole account, because we decided, I think a few years ago, that we should create a female character. So I what you call that, complied by a request. So the first thing is to create new characters. So I believe you are allowed for a free count up to 3, if not 5, right? That's the first thing. Whatever it is, 3 or 5, I'm not sure. It's been a while. I've been playing this game for like 13 years, 12 years. So it's been a while since what I know the standard like number of characters is. So I want to say 3, which is fine. It's good enough, I think. If you can buy more slots for toons, I would advise you do so during a sale. Whether it's in Zen Store or Astral Diamond, I'm again not sure. Been a while. I believe it is a Zen Store. Although saying that, I don't think it appears for me because I've maxed out already. Even if it is, it probably is under services. Yeah, character slots here. So 20% off. Oh, it's like it's a 20% off on the Zen right now. So this might be one of the best times to do this. During, say, Jubilee, which is the anniversary of the game in July, which is going to be not that far off now that I think about 3 months from now. 2 months? 3 months? Wait, this is May already, so 2 months. 200 Zen. Now, Zen is basically real life cash. If you may or not know. Did I just say that right? If you may or may not know that Zen is real life cash. And there are ways to get real life Zen. I don't want to say how to get real. Oh, it's my, oh, okay, 36. Okay, so there are ways to get Zen, but my go-to is to just go to the Zen exchange. If I can find where the freaking thing is, here we go. So go to the Zen exchange. Buy Zen. Buy your Zen at 750 AD per Zen, and buy 5,000, which is the max. You will require 3.75 million AD Astral Diamonds in order to purchase 500 Zen, which is the maximum, as you can see here listed. These are the 3 listings that I have currently. So technically, yes, I have about, what is that, 11 million AD just floating in the cloud here, with 5,000 Zen each. I think I posted this last year. I know it's crazy. I believe the waiting time, or whatever you call it now, the cooldown, whatever, is 12 months or more. I'm not surprised. It's kind of like post and forget. So for right now, I'm accumulating as much AD as I can. If you go to my shared bank, I do have some AD in my main toon. What did I just do? Oh, there we go. I do have some AD in my main toon, but if you look, hold on. If you look down here, I do have about 1 million AD just in my shared bank, so I can just take it out. Once I have 3,075,000, right? 3.75, then I will post another posting of 5,000 Zen, and just again forget about it. and repeat the process. You have up to 5 postings max, to which you either carry on making 3.75 million, or you can start buying things that you want from the auction house that you need. You may or may not need, but to be honest with you guys, the way I play, I don't buy anything from the auction auction house, because whatever you want in the game you can get just by playing the game, as I will demonstrate later on. You know what? I'm not doing this efficiently. I'm kind of wasting time by doing all this and not actually doing. So the next important thing that you should do, the first thing that you log in to your new character, is level it up to a point. I believe it's like rank 11 or level 11, for you to be able to do what I'm doing currently on screen, which is to invoke. And the reason why invoking is really important, and I'll show you that in a second once I hit that character that has maximum celestial coins, is that you're collecting celestial coins. So celestial coins are currency that you get at the first and final, or sixth and final invocation of that day. I'm just gonna, do I want to collect the, you know what, I will collect the character reward things. Sure, it's money. It's money too. Oh, I haven't even started talking about the currency in the game. There's so many currencies in this game. It's ridiculous if you don't know. Hundreds, I want to say, it's at this point. Hundreds of currencies. But there's only 3 main ones, I believe. And those are, as I mentioned earlier, Zen, which is the real life currency. You can play around with that. Zen you can either buy or sell. So you buy it with real life cash, or you buy it with astral diamonds, which is the other currency, the other main currency in the game. So if people are just watching this and listening in, I'm just invoking on all of my tunes, not all 55, most tunes. Excuse me, I seem to have congestion. And it is a bit disgusting, I know, but it feels really congested, guys. I can't breathe through my nose right now, and you may even notice my voice is different. It's because of the congestion. I was fine earlier. I don't know why it's congested now. Every single time I start streaming, it's congested. I feel like I need one of those nostril, kind of like you pour water in and then all the gunk comes out. I don't know what those are called. I think, you know what? I actually think I need to make a hot beverage, like hot tea or hot coffee. Preferably tea, I think. I do have my English breakfast tea over there. However, I realize I don't have water. Like I don't have a drinking water for me to make a pot of hot water to make tea with. So I'm just gonna have to like not succumb, but what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna have to basically go through this without having my tea until much later, after I take a break. And then when I take a break, like after streaming for 4 hours or so, I'm actually gonna start another stream on TikTok, and I will be talking about
____. I'm off to bed though, 4 a.m. over here.
Alright, thank you for coming in anyway, Reti. Nice to see you again, bro. Hopefully I can stream on a better like timing. It's just that I just woke up, man. It's like 8 in the morning. This is the time that I wake up and stream. But thank you again for coming in. 4 o'clock. Why are you up, sir? You should be asleep already.
____.
4 hours ago.
Hopefully he'll catch you again, yeah, LUL.
Yeah, maybe later today. I don't know. I don't think I stream at night, my time, which is kind of like morning for you, I suppose. But yeah, I'll see you. Have a good one. Don't let me keep you, sir. Have a good night. or good morning in this case. I'll see you in the next one. Continuing on. So as the title suggests, get rich or die trying. Hopefully I don't literally die doing this. It's not gonna kill me, but you never know. Actually, I think it's a 50 Cent album, right? Get Rich or Die Trying. I think it's his first album, right? I'm not sure. I might need to Google that. It just at the top of my head as I was making the title. I actually wanted to make the title touch or touching base. I didn't want to say touching base because that sounds a bit sexual, somewhat. But touch base just means that I wanted to update people what's going on with my life. And as I explained to Reti earlier, been very busy with juggling 2 careers at the moment. One is selling physical gold to clients, and the second being my Islamic insurance or takaful. I should be calling it takaful instead of insurance because that's not what it is. But I feel when I say takaful, nobody understand what that is. So that's why I'm saying Islamic insurance. There's not really much difference between Islamic insurance and conventional insurance. However, it's just that it's Sharia or Islamic law compliant. That's one. And 2, there's no, I don't want to say there's no profit. There is profit, but not in the conventional way. Now, I'm not about to start explaining what takaful is on stream because this is not that stream. But the Tudong didn't read version is we just have a collective account, right? And from that collective account, if claims need to be made, the money's gonna come from the collective account. So basically everybody's paying for someone, or everybody's paying for everybody's claims, if that makes sense, right? Going back to the stream now, the format of this content later on, I'm gonna edit this, is make this into a YouTube video from the start of the stream till the end of the stream. And cutting things out, right? Unnecessary things like talking about takaful, for example. What you're hearing me doing or seeing me doing currently is me invoking the first invocation of the day on all 55 or most of my tunes, not all 55, because I do believe the last 5 are unable to invoke. And the reason that I'm doing this, not only am I getting celestial coins, which is another type of currency. So the 3 currencies, like I mentioned, is Zen, which is real life cash, Astral Diamonds, which is in-game currency. You have both rough and refined, or in this case, just Astral Diamonds, meaning it has been refined. And why aren't you invoking, sir? There you go. So you convert rough Astral Diamonds into refined Astral Diamonds, and you can only refine 100,000 Astral Diamonds per day per account, right? That's important. So technically speaking, you can make $1 million in, I want to say 10 days. Am I right? I feel like I should be right. That makes sense in my head. But I don't know. I feel conflicted. Is it 30 days? I feel like it's 30 days, not 10 days. my math senses are tingling. Hold on. I feel really stupid right now. I mean, it's just another, yeah, God. I was right the first time. I don't know why I thought that it'd take 30 days. That's 3 million. Not, okay, so I get it. 10 days to make $1 million. 30 days, a month to make 3 million, right? And then some more odd days because you want to hit 3 million and 75 or 3.75 million AD. That's the target, so that you can post in the Zen exchange 5,000 Zen to buy as much Zen as possible. So it practically takes about 30 days, right, for you to make 5,000 Zen. And then you have to wait for a year for it to go through. I know, but technically speaking, it just takes you a month to get 5,000 Zen. And if you're lucky, some rich guy, gal out there is gonna say, you know what, I can't be bothered with this Zen exchange mess on PC, and then starts dumping money into the game and buying off all of the AD in the Zen exchange. And you know, it is possible. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it was me, because I really feel like I need to give back to the community. Back in the day when I was like filthy rich, I could actually put down $100 into the game, like literally just buying Zen, into the game, like buying Zen and then buying AD from the exchange. Now, people listening will be like, "Are you crazy? Like, why not you just play the game, get AD, and just keep your Zen?" Because Zen is what people want in the game, right? They just play the game, get a couple of AD, and then get Zen from selling that AD. Yeah, I know, but one, it supports the game. Two, it supports the developers. Three, it supports the players, because then they don't have to spend their real life cash. It's basically me giving people real life cash, but indirectly, if that makes sense. So the reason why I wanted to do this back in the day was that I had money, right? I had money, and I love the game, and I do want people to keep on playing the game. I feel partly responsible for the fact that there's a 12-month whatever you call it, cooldown. I think there's a word, backlog. There's a 12 months, or wait, let me check. There is a term for this. That's not right. So if we look, I think it's here. So wow, 42.6 million, let's say 42.7 million Zen. Jeebus, how much is that in real life cash? I feel like I think it was 4,000 I calculated last time, but the backlog may have increased by this point. So let's say 42 million. So a thousand Zen is $10 US. So divide by 1,000, right? Jeebus, that's $42,700 real life cash, if I'm not mistaken, minus the extra Zen that you get if you bought like in bulk. Like I believe if you buy $200 Zen, you get like 10% extra or something like this, right? So not including that, there is a $42,700 backlog of Zen, like real life cash, on PC right now. So that's what they meant by the backlog, and it takes 12 months for it to actually go through. Not even joking right now. My postings in the Zen exchange was probably up there since last year. I could actually check through records, but I'm not about to do that. I just know. Or maybe earlier in the year. One of the postings is definitely earlier in the year. If not two, to be honest. I kind of miss having an extra table at the side of my PC table here, because I'm quickly amassing all this junk on my table, and I can't put things on it without pushing something off. Like I have my DJI over there, I have my massage ball over here, which I probably should be using because I did body pump yesterday, and my legs are still aching from the body pump. So if you don't know what body pump is, it's basically this endurance strength training. I want to say it's an endurance plus strength training. I suppose it's resistance plus strength training and endurance. Sorry, did I just say endurance twice? Whatever. Endurance, strength, and resistance all in one. Right? We weren't even carrying heavy. In my opinion, like the heaviest that I carried was 5 kilos, and a bar, which is pretty light, so I would say it's weightless, which means that I was only carrying 10 kilos, which I think is about 5 pounds. I don't know, it could be. Nah, you know what? I'm not even gonna figure out how much 10 kilos is in pounds. I think it's divided by 20, whatever it is. So I'm saying 5 pounds, but I think it might be even less than that. 0.5 pounds? I don't know, guys. And for an hour, right? But what killed me during that body pump yesterday was the fact that the squats. We were doing squats with, well, I had 10 kilos on me. Like I had it on my shoulder. I was doing squats with these 10 kilos. Like total, not each side, like total. And it was relentless. Like the trainer, she kept on going and going and going. Like squat, 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 squat. And then it's like slow squat. Down and up. Down and up. And then squat, 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 squat. And then it was like, you know, when I first started walking into that class, right? I was like thinking, this is gonna be easy. Like 10 kilos? Are you kidding me? I was doing like squats on 16 kilos, bro. You know, 212s, 24s, 16s. This is gonna be easy. I was so wrong. Like it's the second day and I'm still in pain. Like my muscles, my leg muscles especially, don't ever skip leg days, guys. Is burning. It's like I can't feel my legs, boss. You know, Forrest Gump. I can't feel my legs, boss. Was it Forrest Gump? I know the captain lost his legs, but I don't remember if Bubba, the friend, said that I feel like I need to watch Forrest Gump again. That was a good movie by Tom Hanks. Well, not by Tom Hanks, acted by Tom Hanks, or he acted in as Forrest Gump in Forrest Gump. Mark by Mark. Is it Mark Anthony? Sorry, I don't remember all these brands. Branded goods to me is just like another piece of clothing. I don't really care. You know, I'm wearing generic things like these now because it doesn't even matter. If I can interject slightly and not talk about the game for a minute, and talk about wealth for a second. It just occurred to me. I was talking to my little sister the other day about wealth, right? An accumulation of wealth, and some other people like financial advisors and also like insurance agents from the company that I'm working with. And I go, where did all the branded goods that I bought in the past go? Because I can't find any. I don't have it in my possession anymore. The Converse shoes, the only Converse shoes that I still have is the one that I have here. Can find it. Wait, where are my Converse shoes? See what I mean? Where are my Converse shoes? I don't know where they are. It used to be here. You know what? It proves the point. limited edition Converse shoes. You can only get from the country that I bought it from. So that particular one was silk. So I believe I bought it from Thailand, and I can't freaking find it. Like I purposely put it here on display because I wasn't gonna wear them anymore because they were like limited edition. You can't get it anywhere else. Now, I'm the different kind of breed of hoarder or collector because I don't just collect, I actually use. Especially like with shoes, there are collectors out there who will buy sneakers, buy shoes, brand new out of the box, and seal them, put them in a box or a display case, and then that's it. You never hear from them again. Like, you know, it's just there as a display item. It's not serving its purpose. I suppose that is its purpose, to kind of like show off to people. But to what end is my question. Like, if you're not gonna wear the pair of shoes that you just bought, what's the point? Who are you trying to impress? That's the question that kept on coming back to me when I was talking about this. Like, buying useless things, I want to say. You buy okay, I'm not attacking anyone here by my comment. I'm just genuinely asking, why buy an iPhone? This is just my own personal opinion. An Android phone could in fact be as good, or even, in my opinion, better than iPhones. Again, I'm not trying to trigger anyone. That's just my personal opinion. If you like iPhones, if you find it convenient for whatever functions it has that you may deem better than an Android, or even go as far as to say peasant, right? You don't have an iPhone, fine. I am a peasant then, right? But this, I can make money from this. What I mean to say is, I contact my clients can contact me, I can make sales, buy and sell from people using this phone. It makes me money. It is a tool for me to make money. So it's an asset. And that's why I pay for the bills. Electricity bill, the mobile, the service fee in the service network, the internet. That's why I pay for it, because I can pay it back by using it. So going back to the branded shoes, right? Just shoes as in general as an example. You buying shoes and then displaying them for your own, I believe, right? You don't display shoes. Maybe you put it in the living room, maybe you put it in the guest room, but that's it. You don't actually use it, right? And so okay, maybe let's put it this way. Maybe down the line, it's gonna be vintage. Say in another 10 years, maybe, I don't know. I'm not into that industry. So people might be interested in buying those shoes for maybe X amount, double, triple, quadruple of what you bought it for. Maybe, I don't know. You know, enlighten me if you know. Okay, so I basically already invoked on 50 of my tunes. We repeat that. So what I mean to say is we're gonna start from my first tune again. And you'll see why in a second. So I don't know how long that took, but this is basically my daily now. I'm invoking on all of my tunes that can invoke. If you notice, I still had, you know what? Let me invoke on my main tune first, because I'm gonna invoke on it anyway. Let's go to Daisy, which is the female tune that I have. There we go. And let's see if she can even invoke? Because I want to say no. No, she can't. Not yet. I'm actually working towards getting her to invoke, which is another step to this tutorial. But I'm gonna basically re-invoke, because by now I should be able to invoke for the second time of the day on all of my tunes. Hopefully, if I didn't talk too much while being on one character for too long. But we shall see. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it'll average itself out. And we'll go to the next phase after this. So going back to the shoes analogy, example. If it's just collecting dust, or no, if you were to sell those pairs of shoes in the future to make more money, 10 years is a very, very long time. I don't know if it takes 10 years. I don't know if it takes a year, 2 years to make it vintage. But I would think that it'd take at least a decade. At least, right? By that time, you would have probably made double of what you spent on the shoes by doing something else at that point. In 10 years, you can do a lot of things in 10 years, bro. I mean, if you were to use my own personal example, I would have bought gold, right? I would have bought gold, let's say 5 grams or 10 grams. By 10 years, it probably definitely doubled. It would have definitely doubled by then. In 2 years, I want to say. Well, maybe not 2 years. That's a bit too. I would be lying, I think, if I said 2 years. At least 2 years to break even. Right? So if you think 2 years to break even, times that by 5, you could probably be making 5 times of what you spent on the gold like 10 years ago. By the next 10 years. However, the other thing is inflation, right? What I mean to say is that the cash money that you spend on buying the gold 10 years ago is not going to be enough to buy the gold now, 10 years later. So, like for example, I believe at the top of my head, it's around, say, $150 Singapore, right? $150 Brunei, in Brunei context. If there's like Brunei viewers out there, that 150 is not gonna be enough to pay for 1 gram. It's $150 per gram today, but in the next 10 years, I think it's gonna be 5 times that. So it'll be about 750 per gram. That's my prediction. It may not be that. It might even be more than that. But if you can think it like that, wow, 750 per gram, jeebus. That's a lot of money, bro, for this currency, for today's rates, right? $750 could buy me possibly an iPhone. Definitely 2 of these. Definitely 2 of these. Because this particular phone that I'm holding onto, or the one that I'm currently using, was about $400, if not $600. I'm not sure. It's either or. This congestion is getting worse by the minute. Like, I might end up having to breathe through my mouth. Anyway, going back to what I was saying about the shoe analogy example. All I'm saying is there's a better investment other than shoes. If that is your goal, to actually sell it in the future. Now, there might be other ways. Like, say if it were like Jordans, you might be able to get Michael Jordan to sign it, and it'll like increase the price to a collector. But see what I mean? It's like, how can you get to see Michael Jordan unless you are Michael Jordan yourself and then signing and selling your Jordans? You know what I mean? To make money. So, not realistic. again, going back to, you could have been spending that money for on something else that would actually make you more money, like maybe an even investment or SPK 500 IRA. 5-10 years, I think that's good enough to make substantial amounts. I don't have the calculations on me right now, but again, this is not that stream. But you know what? I think I made my point about that. I'm just saying that don't get too bogged down on getting branded goods. If you love it, if you use it, if it's something that you need, now you gotta separate need and wants, guys. Your needs, something that you're gonna use actually, like a phone. It doesn't have to be iPhone. It doesn't have to be Android. A car. It doesn't have to be expensive. It could be secondhand. You know, living within your means is the most important thing. Most important thing, I think. Like some say, buy brand new, because you then save on the fact that you don't have to repair the car. I get that. But I do believe things like hybrid cars or even electric cars, you're better off buying secondhand, only because the batteries are super expensive, and that that's kind of like counterproductive what I'm saying. It's just that it takes a lot of resources to create the batteries for electric cars, I believe. I may be confusing myself with solar energy. So do take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. Buying secondhand electric or hybrid cars might be better for the environment. But again, that's up to you. The batteries will break eventually, not break, but not function. So you will have to replace it. And once you have to replace it, it's going to be very expensive. Because my wife had a Prius, Toyota Prius. She loved that car, but after a few years, she had to replace the batteries, and it was like 5 figures. Let's put it that way. The good thing was that she was still under warranty for the batteries, so she didn't have to pay an exuberant amount of money to get the car batteries replaced. However, that was the one and only time she can get it replaced. So the next time, she couldn't get that luxury. So moving on, I think I've talked about finances enough for this stream. I'm still carrying on vacation. Now, the goal for this, right? After create as many characters as you can, 3 or 5 or whatever it is. If you bought more, better. I want to say 10. So each tune on each class, right? So you have your paladin, you have your cleric, you have your fighter, you have your barbarian, your hunter ranger, your trickster rogue. What else did I mention? Bard, your warlock, your, I don't know what's the other one. There's another one. So sorcerer, I think, Scourge Warlock, and then there's another one which I don't remember. But anyway, there's 9 of them, right? There's 9 or 10. I think there's 9. There's 9 classes in the game currently. So why I say that, why I say get at least 9 or 10. 10 is a good round number, but 9 I suppose, is so that you can play every class in the game. Now, with a free account, you can have 3 or 5. So you can play around with the 3 or 5 characters. You can delete the latest one, or the 3rd or 5th one, in order to play another character or another class if you want to. But I do recommend, if you're gonna intend on playing Neverwinter for a very long time, like I do, or I did, I would recommend you play all classes so that you can understand their mechanics, right? So when you're in a group content, you can understand the complexities and nuances and why people do what they do when they're playing that role or class. So each class has their own roles, right? So a fighter can do DPS and tank. A paladin can be a tank or healer. A healer, or DC in this case, can be a healer and DPS. That's a feature, I think, in mod whatever back in the day, which is great because back in the day I was just a fighter tank, or they were called guardian fighters back in the day. And all I could do was just tank, and I don't really do a lot of DPS. And so when there were like calls for DPS or calls for tank, I can only plus up for one, but now I can plus up for both, which is great. I'm not restricted to just one role. Anyway, yeah, the reason as well why you want to do that is so that when you get drops from dungeons, right, endgame dungeons, you can then equip those class-specific gears and pass it down to your other tunes, your other classes in your account. Because usually drops in dungeons are account bound or character bound or bind on equip. Bind on equip meaning to say you can sell it. So, but very rarely do I see gears that, or in fact there aren't any at all that drops from dungeons that you can sell. I don't think there are when it comes to dungeons. Yes, you can craft them through blacksmithing and swordsmithing, I think, or weaponsmithing, jewel crafting. You can get your gears from there, but unfortunately for Neverwinter weapon sets, the masterwork weapon sets, which is more advanced, so people who are new to the game may not understand this, it's still viable for endgame content, like the latest endgame content, because if you want to do group content, most people would rock Masterworks equipment because it gives them additional tankiness, additional DPS, additional healings, right? It's actually just great for group content. So, but other than that, I don't feel like equipment from professions are that great currently. I don't know if it'll change in mod 31. I hope it does, or at least in future mods. So if developers, if you're listening, bros, please do something about professions, you know, like crafting, like include cooking, god, include housing. That's the, you know, if I get to interview with developers, those are the two things that I want: crafting or cooking in this case, and housing. Those are the two things, the two main things. I believe mounts could be a second one, a third one. Sorry, not second one. What do I mean? I'm not sure. Like I feel like mounts is still too restrictive right now. I'll have to ponder upon that, like sleep on it, because I can't think of what it is at the moment. You can still swap mounts and all that, and the powers you can slot in. So using different mounts gives you different powers, yes, and bonuses. But I feel like there's something else that's missing from it. So, but I can't think of one currently. But anyway, those are the three things: housing, cooking, and something to do with mounts. Perhaps multiple. I know carpet you can have two people riding on it, but I don't think there's anybody else or anything else. That gave me an idea. You know what? What just appeared? Something was something. Hold on. Something popped on my screen, but I'm not sure what it said. Log. Neighborhood notify. Hall of Justice. What? What's Hall of Justice? Wait, what's the RC today? I'm actually kind of... Oh, I can't. I don't have RC. Oh, that's fine. Because this is a new tune. It's only level 20, maybe? I was lucky. Now that I think about it, I was lucky. When a certain mod came up, all my level 1s became level 20 automatically. So I didn't have to go through all that BS with the leveling up, which I will probably do for this stream, to be honest, because I do want to include it into my tutorial on how to play Neverwinter in mod 31, especially geared for new players to the game, because I feel like every mod has new players coming in. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that new players can jump back, can jump straight into mod 31 as soon as it comes out. I've already reached my new character is still stuck at the beach here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 tunes. So 5 out of 55 tunes currently can't invoke. So I need to work on those. So hopefully I can do that during this stream. Hopefully I can make them level 20 by within like the 4 hours that I'm streaming. I'm not sure. I'm gonna cheat a bit by actually using Daisy, who I've already kind of like leveled up thus far. And 17 minutes, that's gonna be too long. Let's just pop by to the guild stronghold and see if I haven't done RTQ and RADQ. I do believe I have the quests already, but it doesn't hurt for me to just double check. So going back to currencies, Zen, sorry, Astral Diamonds, and gold. Now gold is a weird currency, I want to say, because it is an in-game currency. But I think it's an underappreciated currency. You only think about gold when you need it. I'm not talking about real life gold. I do talk about real life gold sometimes, but yeah, in-game gold is underappreciated because you can definitely make astral diamonds from selling gold in the auction house. People, especially crafters, people who are doing professions, for whatever reason they're doing professions. I still don't quite know. I think they make AD from professions. If you're one of those people who can explain to me how you can make money from professions, please do, because I don't. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, master crafting, that could be viable. I'm not quite sure why I'm going to this. I don't think I'm donating anything. I've already picked up the quest. I need to refine. Oh god. Oh god, I can't see. What does that say? Chat's in the way. It doesn't say actually. 31,000. So I need to refine roughly 68. Okay. So I need to do. I still need to do both RADQ, RTQ, I believe. You know what? I need to swap to a tank first. You know, I haven't played in a week, seriously, and I feel like a total noob again. Okay, while that's happening, while we're queued up, what day is it today? Monday. So there's gonna be reset. I don't know if I want to do weeklies. I don't feel like I need to do weeklies here anymore. I can just faff around in it, I suppose, like in the zone. Maybe I could do legacies in the meantime. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let me double check with Sibella first. See if she has quests for me. I do believe I've collected it already. Now, if you're like, what is SpartanDee talking about right now? Don't worry about it. I'll try to explain as best as I can, as and when I talk about things. So, Sibella's are quests that you can do, like a legacy quest. It's called legacy quest. Quest that you've well, zones that you've already done before, right? And you do them again for currency. And the reason why you do Sibella's quest is because she gives you these stones, glyphs, that is very important for upgrading. I believe even these legendary enchanting stones you can't get like viably from running dungeons anymore. There are certain ways. If you Google it, go to YouTube, I'm pretty sure you'll find ways where you can get these legendary enchanting stones, as like from Sibella's, for example. You might even get it from other kind of like NPCs, perhaps from Wondrous Bazaar. Again, not sure, because I don't tend to buy these from there. I try to get them from free. Back in the day, what you do is run a dungeon called Cradle of the Death God, I believe, CODG. And you'd run it again and again and again, and it would drop the legendary stones. But I don't think it does anymore. So this is the appointment event vendor. These are just events that come from time to time. Hell Pit. What else is there? I don't think the April Fowl was part of it. The Harvester of Nightmares is one other event. There's like Portobello's, I believe, is another event. So there are certain events that comes from time to time, especially during the interludes now, I think they're calling it. And you can get these mats as well from the same ones that you can get from Sibella's. But as this is a very limited resource, I think you can get a lot of it during the event. But after and before the event, it's like really difficult for you, or even impossible for you to get these currencies. And like the one that I'm working on right now is trying to get this Skyhold throne, which is gonna take me a long time. I need 10 currency. I need 10 tokens of achievement, and I've only got 2. And I would say it's gonna take me 8 years for me to finally get that throne. Seriously, well, maybe not, but you know, it's just gonna take me a very, very long time to get that throne of Skyhold throne, which is really crazy in my mind. But you know what? Whatever's. Everybody has to go through the same issue. So Sibella didn't have anything for me. Let me check what I am currently having to do for Sibella. Only 2? Really? So I have to go Shult for hero encounters. Oh god, I hate that one. Because there's only like... You only get like 1 heroic mostly, and then it only comes once an hour. Defeat enemies in Bryn Shander. So, you know what? Let's just go to Shult first. Check it out in Omu, and then check it out in Social Star River. Again, if you're not understanding what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. It's not really that important right now. All you gotta know is that Sibella's or Legacy quests are done after you've reached 20. So, after you create your new character, you have to go through the motions, guys. Is it time for invocations yet? No. Once it is time for me to invoke, oh, you know what? I can just check right now already. There is no HEs currently in this particular instance, and I don't think there's any other instances. Instances are basically the same place in a map. However, it's like a different parallel universe, right? Some maps have multiples. Most maps at the moment only have 1 instance. They can produce more instances as long as there are, I believe, more than the threshold or the cap or soft cap. You know, we can actually invoke ooh, I might have enough actually. of those necklaces. However, I'm trying to think, what if I get teleported to an RTQ right now? It would have been a waste of my time. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it for the biscuit. Unless there's like a lot of people in this zone. Now this is a pro tip. Pro tip. If you want to see how many people there are in a certain map, you just go to find person. Yeah, find person. Wow, there's only one other person on this map. There's only 2 people. Literally, there's only 2 people here. Myself and this other person. So whether I should do a BHE, which is calling what's his face? The skull guy? I don't remember. What's his name? I'm thinking of a Thay wizard for some reason. Rathmodar. I saw it. He's gonna come out in mod 31. What's the? I don't remember what the death god, I think he is. I'm not sure his name is. You know what? Maybe we'll figure that out next time. But let's carry on, shall we? Without wasting time. Let's go to not Shalt. What was the other one? Bryn Shander. So Icewind Dale. Where's Icewind Dale? I feel like it's to the left instead of to the right. It doesn't help that I can't see. There has to be, okay. So I wanted to say there has to be a better way of doing this. So in this particular one, we have to go around killing enemies, I think. So just like killing ads. Don't think there is a really fast way of doing. Oh, you know what? Never mind. We're just gonna go to an RTQ. But while that's happening, let's just pick up some quests, because I do know there are certain legacy quests that requires you to just do quests or completed quests. So once you completed a quest, don't hand it in. Just keep it on reserve, unless of course you're leveling up your campaign or going through the campaigns to kind of like complete the campaign. Again, if you're not understanding what I'm saying, just a brief kind of like explanation. What's a good example? Oh, let's just say this latest one, the Skyhold. The weekly haul is basically what you're trying to achieve or accomplish by the end of the week. So by the time next Monday comes along, right, on reset, which is gonna happen in a few hours, what you want to do is complete this weekly haul, so that you can achieve these milestones within the campaign. And usually you can only do 100, right? 100, whatever it is, the max, every week. And then you are basically gated. This is a way. This is the developer's way to kind of like slow down your progress. And this is by design. The reason being, they don't want you to finish their game so fast. And to certain milestones unlocks dungeons, for example, the end game content. So I believe historically, we're going to do an RTQ, which is fine. We need the AD anyway. My go-to actually is Rage of Bell. So people who know what that is, hardcore Rage of Bells is my go-to to make AD now. It only takes less than 10 minutes, 6 minutes, right? 6 minutes probably to get 100,000 AD in a day. However, the condition is you gotta wait for Rage of Bell to pop up, which is only happening like only several times in a day, because you have to wait. There's a cooldown of 1 hour, and after the hour, there's insurgencies. Insurgencies last probably another hour, and by the end of that second hour, then Rage of Bell happens. Rage of Bell happens for another hour, and then the cycle continues back to a cooldown of an hour. My God, that mic. Sorry, bro. I'm gonna have to mute you. Oh, look, I can invoke. Which means I can invoke on my other tunes as well. We're gonna do that at the end of this. at the end of this RTQ. We will try to queue for an RTQ afterwards. Sorry, not RTQ. Well, maybe an RTQ, but most likely an RADQ. But if we happen to like bump into a oh god, the lag. Sorry for this. I think it's all these like special effects. The graphics are flashing around on the screen right now. That's why it's like really laggy. By the way, I'm playing on 300 FPS as well. Not 300 FPS, 300 ms, guys. I'm not from around here. So I'm from Asia, so it's really laggy for me anyway. Hopefully it's not that laggy for you guys. I do apologize. There's nothing I can do other than move to the US or something to make it faster, or at least move to somewhere that's closer to the US. Going back to what was saying. What was I saying? Invocation on the tunes, on 55 or 50 tunes in this case. Did I explain why? I don't think I did. So you get celestial coins, right, at the first invoke of the day, which I have done on most of my tunes, 55 tunes. And then to get your first celestial coin of the day. And usually I'm done, right? I'm usually done. That's it. I would not invoke on my tunes again. Sometimes I only invoke on my main and that's it. I don't really care about my other tunes. However, it occurred to me recently, like in preparation of making this tutorial for mod 31 for new players, is that I'm not making a lot of money not doing that. Like, there is potential for me to make a lot of money, but I'm not doing it because I got complacent and lazy. Now, I don't want to be complacent and lazy because I want to be rich in the game. And if I was being honest, I am rich in game already. There's not really a lot of things left for me that I need, but I can still sell them for future, for when I do need it in the future. And I'll explain that why later on. Is that even, oh no, that's not even Bladed Rampart, but it's fine. I don't need more tankiness. I suppose DPS, more DPS. Why is the other tank the other side and he grabbed the aggro? You gotta be that guy, eh? We don't have a lot of DPS by the looks of it. Oh. I should be focusing on movement speed in the dungeon because we can't go on the mount. So the reason why I want to invoke, the goal for you to invoke on six invokes of the day, every day, on as many tunes as you want, is to get the second celestial coin for that day. So there's only 2 celestial coins per day per tune. And the reason why you want to get celestial coins, if you go look to here, there's this tab, celestial synergy. You want to buy this coffer of celestial artifacts, and if you highlight it, it lists down the potential drops from that coffer of celestials. And the most important one is the coalescent mote. Coalescent motes, if you didn't know, are materials or mats that you can use to upgrade your equipment with 100% success rate. Not a lot of things that you need that for, I want to say, because you can do with this
inexorable hourglasses look.
What's that? You like the non-glasses look?
Cheap viewers on stream.com. Remove the space at Z1 Anakas.
Every single time. Hold on, guys. Let me get rid of this bot. You know, it might even be a player, to be honest. I don't even know what's going on. Oh, I can't. Why can't I do this? I can't do this. If I'm left clicking on it, it's just showing his name. But if I'm right clicking on the name, it doesn't do anything. So that's kind of weird. Mods, if you're here, if you're on my stream right now, can you help me? Moderators? Anyway, I guess I'll deal with that later on. It seems like I have to go on a website and then deal with that person, but it's fine. I don't think it's gonna bother anyone anymore. What was I saying? Oh yeah, coalescent modes. 100% success rate, great. What's also great is the potential to make money out of it. Yes, coalescent modes that you get from Copper Celestials are bound to the character, bound to account, meaning to say you can't sell it. However, you could either use an unbind token from the Zen store. Not worth it because it's about the same price as a coalescent mode from the Zen store. Why am I going? Like it's $10 for a coalescent mode in the Zen store without discount, right? Currently we are at 20% discount, so that's not really the point. Oh god, what? Can you pull him out of the like whirlwind of death, please? Like, tanks, yeah, what job? I'm a tank, but there's the other tank. Oh, need to get you out of there, sir. He seems very cold. I'm feeling a bit cold as well. I think that guy died. Not sure. Are you alive? Alright, GG. You guys did okay. You just get a GG. You don't get a GG thanks all. You did okay. I think this is the one that you can open. Ooh, Jarl's Gaze. Can I sell this? I might be able to sell this. Oh yes, you can. Cool. How much are these? I don't actually know. It might actually be very, very expensive in the auction house. Let me check. In those rare occasions that I'd sell something. Oh, I think I just remember what I unplugged now. It's my wireless mouse. 30,000 AD. That's not too bad. But you know what? I'm just gonna keep it for myself. Oh, so if you want to see what it does, it's just a transmute for your headpiece. And it's kind of funny because I'm Aasimar race, so I have glowing eyes anyway, but that's what it does. If you're a non-Aasimar, okay, zoomed in too close. That's what it does. It just makes your eyes glow. I mean, it's worth something to somebody. If you want it, I suppose you can just farm this dungeon, this trial. Oh no, I don't want to talk to you. I don't think I've ever dated a tall girl. I've always wondered about that, like how, cause I'm 167 centimeters, right? That's not, it's above average, okay, for Asian standards. I mean, you know, there's this talk about you gotta be, was it 1 point? No. What was the meme? You gotta be this tall to date me, something like this. You gotta be. What was it? A foot something? 5 feet? 6 feet? Is it 6 feet? I think the meme is 6 feet, right?
I've been given plenty of tasks to do.
I don't know how much is that in centimeters and freaking meters, guys. So I feel like so I'm 167 centimeters. I want to say that's about 1.8 meters, like 180 centimeters. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, hi, Adventure.
So doing your weekly like stronghold quest on like a regular basis is a good thing, because then you get your currency from the stronghold, which you can then use for future like guild marks. Again, if you're new, you will not understand what I'm talking about, but again, it's not that important at the moment. You could perhaps make money from guild marks. There are ways, but it's not big money. You know what I mean? You want the big money. So that's why I'm talking about coalescent modes. Selling them in the auction house is not that profitable now, because people caught on. You can get. Oh, hello. What's this? What's that for? Wait. No, I don't know. I got other things to do. You didn't even text me, bro. You just invited me out of the blue. I don't know who that was at all. So I do apologize, but I got things to do. Like if you really need me to do something, you just gotta ask. So there's guild mark and then there's gold. How much gold do I get from this? You know what? It doesn't matter. I think I'd rather have more guild marks than gold. It's only 100 guild marks. Sorry, let me just double check. I feel like these rings you can't sell. But how much for? It doesn't look like a lot. It looks like at least 1 gold. I think it's 1.5 gold. Let me double check. I think my phone is charged already. 1.6. So 1 gold and 60 silver. I wish I had that. Like 1 gram of gold and like 60.6 grams of silver. Like in real life. That's like $100 at least. More than that. That's actually almost $200, I believe. Right, before I do RADQ, 1 gold versus 100 guild marks. I can get a lot of gold. And I'll share how later on in the video or the stream, I think. But I'll sell these. Like if it was 3 gold, 3.5 gold for the I would say legendary versions of the rings, then yeah, perhaps that would have been a better deal. But considering that I only get 1.6 gold, not worth it. I could get I don't know, a lot more. I could get a lot more in a really short amount of time. So Jeebus, I just I just patted myself. I have a drinking problem now. That was like an airplane movie, the airplane movie joke. I have a drinking problem, and he proceeds to drink like this, like he pours the drink on his face. But anyway, I don't know. Oh my god, that actually made me sound old. Airplane, I think, came out in the 80s. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I was born in the 80s. That still makes me a millennial and all, but that just sounds like a really, really long time ago. That's 40 years ago, by the way, if you didn't know. I know because I'm 40 years old, 42. So yeah, it's 40 plus odd years ago. I don't know when exactly that movie came out, but I believe it came out in the 80s, if not the 90s. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. God, I'm so distracted today. Gold, underappreciated currency. People do need it for professions. Not so much for PvP now, because I don't think like taking off equipment or putting runes, enchantments, whatever into your gear costs gold anymore. So, but when you do need it, you need it. It's something that it's kind of like, I want to say it's like an emergency fund, right? It's at the back of your mind, and then when you actually need cash, it's like, oh, I have an emergency fund. Or perhaps you'd be like regretting that you don't have one. You only think about emergency fund when you need the funds, right? Because of an emergency. So again, if I can interject and talk about finances again, the second time in the stream, or maybe actually I've done that multiple times today. I don't have an emergency fund, apparently, according to my senior, right, in the Takaful agency. However, I'm not too bad, right? Because I do have assets, and that's the problem. I have assets. I don't have liquid assets. Liquid assets. There's two different things. Liquid assets are basically cash on hand, so that includes your emergency fund. I don't have a lot of cash on hand because what I tend to do is spend all of that cash as soon as I get it, so that I don't get hit by FOMO, as in the fear of missing out. I don't get hit by FOMO, and I don't instinctively buy things that I don't need, right? So, as an example, let's say I earn $1,000 every month. $300 of that is for my expenses, including my groceries, my bills, what have you, things that are considered my responsibilities. There's another word for it, but it escapes me right now. Necessities, my needs, my I don't have a lot of wants, because the way I get my wants is by accumulating the wealth or generate the funds in order to get my wants. I'll get back to that later on. It'll make sense later on. So 700, which is the balance of what I have left over, right? From taking out the 300 from the $1,000 that I receive every month, I reinvest. So, excuse me. So there's this new tactic. I wouldn't say technique, but it came out as tactic. There's this new tactic that I learned while training for my Takaful agency, and it's called the 4-3-2-1. So 40% is for my needs. So that's what I said: bills, my phone bills, my groceries, my necessities, fuel for my car, for example, which I honestly don't spend a lot on because I don't travel. I just tend to stay at home, even for like working out. The only reason that I go out of the house is for training, and that's only because it's physical. Like I can't go on a Zoom meeting, for example. And then 30%, what is it? 40% is needs. 30% is for, I think it's like entertainment. So for wants, things that you want. So things like clothes, things like entertainment, going to the movies, eating out. I believe I kind of like disregarded that completely because I don't have wants. If I wanted to watch a movie, I'll just go on Netflix or YouTube or Crunchyroll, or which are paid services, but for me it's like life. So Netflix and Crunchyroll, which is like my anime streaming service, is life for me. So I can't live without my anime. I can live without my Netflix, but sometimes Netflix has like Netflix only episodes, like, or series, which I do enjoy. Yeah, I know. But sometimes Netflix actually produces bangers. So I haven't been logging on to Netflix for the past month now. But the wife especially loves to watch Netflix. So I actually wanted to disconnect Netflix service already, but she wanted to keep it, so why not keep it? And I'm only paying $10 a day. Sorry, $10 a month anyway, I think, or $12 a month, something like this. So it's between two people, that's like $6 a month. So, you know, it's like nothing. Anyway, Crunchyroll as well is $10 every month. Oh, do I have to answer this? Hold on, guys. I'm getting a message. No, I think so. I think it's fine. I'll attend to that later on. So where was I? Oh yeah, so 30% and 20%. I think it's reinvestment. It's either 10%, which is the last one, is for reinvestment, or 20% is for reinvestment. But I think I disregarded the 30% and the 20% because it doesn't apply to me, I believe. Oh no, wait, 20% is repayment. So meaning to say if you have loans. So that's what really not triggered me. That's what resonated with me. Not triggered me, because currently I do have loans. Not loans, but liabilities, I suppose. Liabilities? They're not really liabilities, because liabilities would indicate that I have to pay interest. I don't have to pay interest, but I do have to pay back people that I owe. So less money for me to use as an investment, but once that's paid off, then that's like extra money at the end of the month that I can use for reinvesting. And then the final one, 10% of the 4321. The 10%, it's reinvestment. I'm doing that anyway. But it's telling me to do more. Like I set aside, so in this case, I have to set aside $100 of the 1,000, which is 10%, right? So $400 for my needs and wants, $300, sorry, $400 out of the 1,000 for my needs, $300, which is the 30% for my wants, 20%, which is $200 for my repayment of my loans, and then 10% is meant, or $100 is meant for my reinvestment. Now, I actually pay a lot more for that. In fact, I'm thinking of doubling my reinvestment every month, because the way I see it, I need to get into this, like forcing myself. Because if I don't force myself, I'll end up not having any kind of investment, or too little an investment, right? The amount that I'm investing in right now is okay. It's not great. It's not bad. It could be better. So I want to do better, right? So I'm going to pay even slightly more than what I'm paying every month, so that by whatever retirement age, at a certain point, I'll be laughing, you know? But that's like investment slash savings. Unfortunately, or I could split it. I think now that I think about it, I could probably split that 10%. So 5% is on gold, and then 5% is for like takaful, or what do you call that? Investing. I guess it's called investing, really. I don't know what the Islamic term is to invest. But basically, I could split my proposed investment amount. 50% of it goes to gold, and the other 50% can go to that investment in companies, for example. I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's a bit small in terms of amount. If I'm gonna split it that way. Sorry, what? No, that's fine. I don't think that it needs my immediate. It's a different group. You see, I'm in a lot of WhatsApp groups, and there's like particular WhatsApp groups that have like 100 messages every day. Like literally every day. 100 messages is nothing, right? But I don't tend to read it because it's like literally a wall of text, and because of my condition, I can't actually read it comfortably. Unless I'm using the PC to read the messages on, and I'm not about to read 100 messages. No way, no how. But if the messages is directed towards to me, like they tag me, and then it's like a question, like a private question, then yes, I'll be able to like reply. Otherwise, if it's like a group message, because the thing is, if I'm not using the PC and I'm using my phone, what I have to do, because it's so small, the text, that I can't read it, I'd have to take a screenshot of every single paragraph. Not even a page, a paragraph. And sometimes even that, I'd have to take another screenshot of the screenshot in order for me to be able to read the text. Because the font size on my phone is already maxed out, but sometimes it's still too small for me to be able to read. So it's very, very hard for me to read text on my phone. At least on my PC, I can zoom in. If zooming in is not good enough, I can use the magnifier program, the disability program on my PC in order to zoom in, and I won't have that much of a difficulty to read it. It's much easier for me to do that on the PC than it is for me to do what I had to do for to read in order for me to be able to read on my phone. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, so 4321, I think I will use this technique for right now, until which time all of my loans has been paid off. Now, people do say pay off as much of your loan as possible, which I feel like, you know, my 30, like the 4321, the 3 in the 4321, like $300 plus the $200, so a total of $500, because I don't have wants. Honestly speaking, I've got enough. Oh, I'm back to my like new tune, so I don't have to keep on invoking until I can invoke again on my main, if that makes sense. We're almost there though, by the looks of it. Let's queue up for an RADQ. Actually, yeah, let's queue up for an RADQ right now. It might pop suddenly, quickly. No, it didn't. They're not looking for a tank. Can I just double check? You know what? We go to Shulk first. There's another thing that I wanted to check, but I don't remember quite what it was. I think it had to do with PE. But again, I'm not quite sure what it was. Okay, nothing here. Let's go to Omu. I think it was Legacy Quest or Sabella's Quest, but again, I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to remember what it was. Is that oh, it's here. It's here. Hopefully no one started it. Even if somebody did start it, there's like one person only. Trying to increase my movement speed. So apparently there's... I'm kind of lost. Apparently there is a faster mount in the game now. Oh god. Oh god. The lag is too strong. Why can't I? Okay, somebody did start it. However, I don't see set person. That's fine. Let's go Bladed Rampart. In fact, I should have just... Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I probably should do... not grits. Maybe once I'm in the RADQ. But I'm trying to think of a companion that does AoE. So maybe a Cold Walker, perhaps. He does a full function as well as a companion active. So kind of like Minotaur. If you don't have a Cold Walker, use a Minotaur, because they both do the same thing. But I feel like Cold Walker has an advantage slightly, only because he has better kind of like AoEs. Minotaur has one AoE, which is the pull. The tornado can like spin to win, move, and then a single target attack. Whereas Cold Walker, I believe he has two cone attacks. Sorry, two AoE. Let me just swap to Cold Walker here. There we go. And also alert people. What is it called? King of Spines? Tyrant. Did I spell that correctly? Tyrant 1 up if anyone needs it. Hopefully it's not like gonna end by the time people come here. There's 13 minutes. That's not a very long time. I might wanna Dungeon. I spelled that incorrectly, apparently. There you go. Oops. Zoomed in too much. Hopefully that's like a call to action for people to come into the zone and help out with this BHE, because I don't believe a tank and a DPS is gonna cut it. Just one tank and one DPS is not gonna be able to complete this within 13 minutes, I don't think. But this is one of the BHEs. We need to do at least 2. I'm not sure if you need to do 2, like 1 each from a different zone, because there is Omu and there is Ocean Star. However, I believe it does count if you do 2 BHEs from the same zone in order to complete the weekly quest. But we shall see. We shall see. I don't think I'm gonna summon Asarak. That's the guy's name. It was at the tip of my tongue earlier, so I'm actually kind of glad I remembered. Oh yeah, you know what? I had a test done on myself using a quantum resonance magnetic analyzer, or a QRMA test. Now it sounds like some, futuristic whatever thingamajig, but you know what, I think a lot of maybe not hospitals, but a lot of health centers do use this equipment in order to kind of like get a like a sneak peek into the body, if that makes sense, without actually getting blood work done, or even like x-rays, or all these kind of like, what do you call those, you know how you go to a general doctor and then they do all of this diagnoses, or is that even how you say it, diagnosis about like what's wrong with you? So you have to go to x-rays and what have yous, right, to get your blood taken, to get your blood work done even, sorry. And then you get a result, and then the doctor, based on that result, will be able to kind of like find out what's wrong with you. So same thing, but it doesn't take like days to get results. It also doesn't require to get like pricked by a needle to get your like blood taken out of your body, and it's very, very fast, right? Like for me, I think it only takes a minute, including the time it takes for you to key in the data of the client or patient in this case. So yeah, it was telling me that my blood fat is great, my sugar levels is okay, I believe. I'm not sure at the top of my head. It's not normal throughout the board. I'd say it's 50-50, but only slightly, only like 2 or 3 moderately abnormal results, and even then it wasn't even that high. And most of my abnormalities are mild, like they're not that bad, like it could be worse. Sorry, I'm kind of like informing people of this HE, which is gonna end in like 8 minutes. That's not too bad. I actually thought we were gonna be in a bad way, but it's not that bad actually. We're doing good. I mean, I hope people can make it. You know, I'm just gonna do at wills. In fact, I probably don't even need to do anything right now. I'm just gonna like do casual kind of like at will hits on the boss just so that he can survive longer. No, you know what? I just threw an encounter. Why did I do that? Yeah, grab his aggro. He's aggro on somebody, not me. Can you make it? Let me get rid of the ads at least. He's aggroed on some other tank, I think. Uh-oh. I was gonna make the joke about bad breath, but it actually reminds me of this thing that I studied, not studied, I was aware of, or made aware of. He's almost dead. Oh, he's gone. Bye. Come again. Okay, so that's one. Let's ship off to, because I do believe that's the only HE, well, other than the Azarak BHE, but I don't believe anyone's gonna trigger that. Let's go to Social Star and see if one of the 2 BHE. So there's 2, King of Spines and is it called VT? No, it's CV. So Camp Vengeance. Those are the 2 BHEs in Social Star. I don't know if it's gonna proc. We were here earlier, but nothing was here. So hopefully after doing the Tyrant BHE, which we just did just now, hopefully it will appear. Hopefully one of the 2 appears. If not, failing which, we'll just go back to Icewind Dale, Bryn Shander, and go ahead and kill those ads in order to complete 100% of defeating enemies. It's a resounding no. It's fine. We'll just go to Schult. I'm not quite sure which one's Schult. Oh, here we go, Schult. No, wait, we don't need to go to Schult. We're going to Icewind Dale. Here we go. Right? Bryn Shander? Yeah. I still don't remember what it was, the thing that I was supposed to do in Protector's Enclave. I think it was in Protector's Enclave. But you know, the thing is, I don't
Kitten
remember.
QF. Hi Spartan.
Is that Kitten? Hi. You changed your name. If it is in fact you. What gives? Wait. Your previous name was Kitten Neverwinter.
Kitten QF. LOL.
So does Kitten QF indicate that you're playing another game? Is that why your name changed? I don't know. I'll surmise. I'll assume that's the case. So yeah, it's a different kind of stream today, Kitten. If it is in fact you. Because I'm prepping for Mod 31. And the way that I'm prepping for mod 31 right now, other than like say collecting gear or getting the best gears that I can right now, doesn't make sense for me because all I need really is the helmet and perhaps the weapon set, but we don't talk about that, or even maybe one or two artifacts that are 2200 ILs. However, that would require me to spend a lot of money, I think, real life cash.
Kitten QF. QF stands for Quinfall, but I no longer play DPS on Neverwinter. I only play heals and Barbarian tank. Smiley face.
I thought you meant to say you stopped playing Neverwinter. How could you, madam? No, I'm just joking. What is this? Oh yeah, it's a guy. You know what? I'm actually going to reject this because there's no bonus roll for a tank. And I'm gonna re-queue. Again, no roll for tank. Decline. Queue again. Decline. Queue again. I will decline this until which point it says it's looking for a tank. And that usually happens
Kitten QF. LOL.
immediately, so why didn't it? That's weird. I am a tank. Eh? So you don't...
Kitten QF.
Hmm? Queen... Is
We
it...
fixed it.
What? Fixed what?
Kitten QF.
This?
They. Kitten QF.
No!
Deca.
No! Are you serious?
Kitten QF. Yeah.
Well, they're gonna need a tank now. They gotta change the role sometime, right? No, why? But why would they fix that? That's not even that's not a problem though. Why is that such a problem? Right, role bonuses are meant to incentivize people to queue up for a random. But if you're gonna make it so that you fix it, and they're looking for they obviously already have a healer in the queue. So why would that be an issue? I don't get this game sometimes. Was that in the that wasn't even the patch notes? Are you no, what? It is just 8,000 AD, but this sucks. I'll just accept. Fine, whatever. Whatever, bro.
Kitten QF. Kitten 343 XD.
I mean, it's fine. This is fine. Healers. not a stab at you, not a jab at you, kitten. I'm just saying, like, if they needed a tank so badly, why don't give me the roll bonus then? Incentivize me to queue up as a tank. I mean, 8,000 AD isn't even that much.
Oof, Castle Ascend Loft.
Yeah.
Kitten QF.
Not my favorite.
I hate that dungeon XD.
You know what? I'll probably
Kitten
go...
QF.
I'll probably go DPS.
I gave you bad luck XD.
Nah, that's fine. This is actually... Out of all the choices, this is not the worst. There's a way worse choices out there. There's like way worse maps out there. This is not the worst. This is actually enjoyable because I can depend. I can pretend to be a DPS at certain points. Like I can use the sun sword because people don't like to use the sun swords. I mean, they like the DPS of a sun sword. They just don't like the responsibility of holding on to a sun sword, if you get what I mean. You know, the part where he does the ulti, the boss, the final boss. I'm just gonna kill this. Like, well, maybe not me kill it, but I don't actually know. Wow, did you see how fast her health went down there? We actually have a big PP DPSer amongst our mids. Is that 7 or 9? Eh. I think that's 9 now.
Kitten QF.
Debuffs, I mean.
This dungeon has too many unskippable cutscenes.
True. Well, you could say that about Neverwinter in general, to be honest. There's too many unskippable cutscenes in Neverwinter.
Kitten QF. That is why I hate it.
Who does? I mean, the first time, okay, good, amazing. But 1,000+ times, I've seriously seen cutscenes that's like too many times, man, too many times. What? Can you guys not kill me, please? I think I have the tether, as it were. Artifacts, cool. I'm actually impressed. One of our DPSers are big PP DPS. By the looks of it, where is the boss? There we go. Yeah, this particular, if people know what they're doing, it's actually quite enjoyable, I want to say. Like people.
Hidden QF. I main a barb tank now. Smiley face.
Yeah, you showed me, right? The primal geared or tank? Was it tank? Wait, you said you DPS
Hidden
though.
QF. Rugby has converted me and I enjoy it. Smiley face.
Nice. He was here earlier, but apparently it's 4 a.m. where he is, and he's gone off to bed. I think that was about an hour ago. 10! Gotta go into dig in, otherwise I'll die. As strong as I am as a tank,
Kitten QF.
I still die from one
Yes,
shot.
I tank, I don't DPS anymore.
Yeah. I thought you said you just... Oh yeah, you don't DPS, you heal, and you play tank. Okay, that makes sense. I think I misheard you. I don't know what's going on. Because I'm too busy trying to survive what's going on right now. It seems like the boss is not on. Oh god, 10. There we go. She should be on me right now as we speak. I don't see the HP bar, so I'm kind of confused. That's not the boss. Well, that might have been the boss now that I think about it. I don't want to be in this blood pool, but I don't know why it's all over the floor right now. Can we bring her somewhere like away? Yeah, somebody died already. Hold on. Is it 10? No. I can't tell. Somebody... Oh god. Is it 10 now? No. Sorry, I can't see. It's too small, but I know it's not double digits. There we go. 10. I'm just gonna stay here until I don't see the 10 anymore. I don't see the 10.
Kitten QF. In 19 more minutes I have to go do 120 more push-ups, 4 sets of 30. Smiley face.
I'm not jealous. So, as I was saying earlier, Kitten, I went to the gym yesterday and we did body pump.
Kitten QF. I've lost a ton of weight since we last talked.
How much
Smiley
weight?
Face.
How long was that? I'm concerned. I have questions. And while you're explaining, okay, our DPS has reduced somewhat. Like I don't see our DPS. Am I not hitting the right target? Why? What? I'm on the boss, right? I do believe I'm on the boss, but it seems like people are attacking something else. Oh god. So confused. So confused. Hold on, I can't talk and think at the same time. I'm trying to understand what's going on right now because I just saw them trying to kill a ghost. I mean, cause I don't really DPS in this map. I feel like she tricks people by doppelgangering herself, if that's even a word, copying herself. Okay, that could have gone way faster. I don't know why it took us so long. What I'm trying to say is the ghost imitates the boss. So that's why they were like attacking the ghost, I think. Because as a tank, I don't see it. I see the boss as the boss. I don't see the ghost as the boss. So maybe on the flip side, the DPSers see they are trying to kill the boss. Like I said, you don't see the HP bar, so I think that's why they got confused. It's fine. It is fine. We did end up doing it in one go. Well, the one time, so I'm not angry about that. I'm just that could have gotten way faster. But anyway, as I was saying, madam, the last time we spoke was when I was online not streaming, and that was like a week ago. So you're telling me you lost a lot of weight within a week. Like how much weight in kilos are we talking about here?
Kitten QF. We talked last week, but I lost 20 pounds easy. Smiley face.
Is that 10 kilos or 1 kilo? Because that sounds...
Kitten QF.
Because I thought it was like divided by 20. Like 1 kilo is 20 pounds. Or is it 10
I've been
kilos
shredding.
is 20 pounds? Ooh. Ooh. You've been shredding. So you what was it? You bulked up and then now you're shredding. I don't do that because I feel like bulking up is, I don't know. I don't think it works. I mean, no, that's not the right word. It doesn't work for me, in personally as an individual. It works for other people. I get that. Oh God, and again with this. But you know, because cutting and shredding is basically you wanna make the muscle,
QF.
and then you gotta lose the fat, right?
9.07185 kilograms. Smiley
So it is
face.
10 kilos within a week. I guess it's possible. I did lose like 1 to 2 kilos in a day, like safely. So, but that still sounds like a lot. Still sounds like oh fudge. I did not see that. IBS. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't know it was on me.
You are cordially invited to attend festivities.
That's funny. That's funny that I died. That the one shot, that IBS from that golem thing. As strong as I am, right, with defense, I'm scaled down as well, which is no bueno. I think I am wearing. You know what? It's fine. I'm not gonna change my gears. I could be running astral gears right now, but I can't be bothered.
Rip.
Rip, indeed. Like, it's not gonna help me in any shape or form. Like, I'm still gonna be tanky otherwise, with or without the astral gears. What are you saying? Well, as long as we can do this dungeon in like one go without like having to repeat bosses, I think we're still good. And I can use my trinket. No? Yes? No? Oh, did you manage to get like mythic dragon during the what you call that, the event that we had like a few weeks ago? Because I've been hearing like Fierce telling me he's got like 18 Mississauga, like 20 plus. Like I was like, I only got the one. I only got the one because I was so busy. Like I came in, did it on like several tunes, 4 or 5. Oh, that's good to hear, by the way. Sorry, I didn't respond. I was in the middle of conversation. But technically, I only got the one. 2, if you include the one that the previous one that I have, which is not that great compared to like other people with like 19 or 20s. In fact, I should have a lot more. I should be probably producing an egg every single day, but I just couldn't get into it. Even if I wanted to, I just couldn't get into it.
Looks like you're in need of a worthy proposal.
So yeah, body pump. I'm only mentioning it because my body is aching all over. I cannot feel my legs. I cannot feel my legs. And we were doing push-ups at a certain point, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say I had to do a knee push-up. but in my defense, we were doing triceps and back, as in lats with the barbell. So if you don't know, body pump is strength training, resistance training, endurance training, encompassed all in one. Like you have to do all 3 of those at the same time for at least an hour, non-stop, right? There's no breaks in between. So even though we were just like the heaviest weight, like in total I think it was about 5, 10, 5, I want to say 17 kilos in total, right? Not including the bar, but the bar is quite light, almost negligible, so like weightless. So because it's made out of plastic, right? So I don't think that counts. So a total of 17 kilos, like at most, but you have to keep on doing it. So one of the exercises that killed me was one of the first exercises that we did, which were squats. We were doing, I can't see where the bloody pillars are. Like what? Where's the pillars? Okay, so as I was saying, oh, I can invoke again. As I was saying, body pump on, I think I started with like 5s, so 10 kilos, right? I regretted my decision immediately because that freaking thing got heavy after like half an hour. Squats, more squats, break. When I said a break, I'm like literally saying, okay, continue. And then like slow squats, up squat, down squat, and then down, up, down. And we kept on doing squats for freaking like, I don't know, 5 minutes straight. And then we kept on going back to it throughout the whole body pump. And so you can imagine I must have done hundreds of squats during that session, 1 hour session, I don't know. Because I was so dead at the end of it. I can't feel my legs. I had difficulty going down the steps. It's been 2 days now. We did it yesterday. Today's the 2nd day. And I still can't feel my legs. I mean, you know, I went in there. My little sister invited me to it. I was thinking, come on, I do kettlebells heavier. You know, I did 16 kilos, 24 kilos on the kettlebells, doing squats, doing endurance training, right? Doing strength training, endurance and resistance training on the kettlebells. This is gonna be easy. I was so wrong. So fast. Like, I was out of breath. Now, okay, so let's put this out of the way. Intermittent fasting right? On an 18:6 window ratio. Carnivore. So I have no carbs, no sugar. I was still fasting when I started the workout. I only had 2 shots of coffee, or 2 cups of coffee in this case, for my pre-workout, but at least that let me get through the door, but not maintain my energy, considering that I haven't eaten yet. And then, yeah, carnivore didn't help because I didn't have any carbs. For like 2 weeks, I was on carnivore for 2 weeks. But in preparation for that day, yesterday, I did eat certain amounts of carbs the night before. But as I soon found out, carbs that you eat the day before does not carry forward to the energy of today, if that makes sense. Because within like 24 hours or so, the carbs that you take dissipates. It goes away. It gets stored into your body as fat. Any excess carbs that the body does not use just turns into fat, right? So it didn't help me in any kind of shape or form. If I needed energy today to work out today, I had to take carbs today, if that makes sense. Of course, when you're in ketosis, you're using your fat as energy. I don't think I believe that's really meant for healthy people who don't have diabetes, and people who've already done or been in ketosis or been in carnivore for a very long time. Because I feel like 2 weeks is not enough for me. They do say 2 weeks of carnivore is enough for your body to actually convert energy instead of from carbohydrates, but from your body fat or the fat that you consume. Again, correct me if I'm wrong.
Like me, smiley face. I don't have diabetes.
Yeah, it helps if you don't. You know what diabetes is? It's basically playing the game of life at hard mode. That's what it is. Why I call it hard mode, not just in terms of working out, but lifestyle as well. Because I have to do my steps in a day, like 5,000 minimum or 20,000, 10,000 on average, but 20,000 is kind of like my personal goal in order to kind of like reduce my blood sugar levels to normal levels, which it is right now. Even after I eat carbs, my insulin resistance is so low that when I consume carbs, the insulin kicks in and my blood sugar goes down to normal really quickly. Like my body responds to the insulin spike really, really well. And I don't have a lot of insulin because I don't really take a lot of carbs or sugar. And it's reflected because when I check my blood sugar after like my binge in Malacca in Malaysia, remember like last month I went to Malacca. I ate ice cream, I ate carbs like nobody's business, and when I came back, my sugar level was 6, which is on the high end of normal ranges. So coming from a diabetic type 2, that's actually great news, especially when I gained 10 kilos during that 7 to 10 days that I was away. And considering that I was fasting as well on top, like I was fasting for 30 days, right? And then I went to Malacca for 7 to 10 days, and then I fasted again for another 6 days, which isn't that great. When I say fasting, I don't mean like 24 hours in a day. I was fasting, I believe, like 14 hours, but because of it being a religious fast, I wasn't allowed to drink. I wasn't allowed to eat. I wasn't allowed to think naughty things, I suppose. But kind of like sexual. I had to I had to suppress sexual desire, if that makes sense. Amongst other things, or thinking negative things, I think was part of it. Being emotional was another thing that you're supposed to suppress during the religious fast. So yeah, and all of this to say, as a diabetic, it's much harder for me to maintain energy because I can't really get my energy from sugars. I can, but it's not advisable because if I have a high blood sugar, it causes issues to my organs, to my body. So I can't depend on sugars as a energy source. Not a lot anyway. So that's why I go for caffeine, I go for protein, I go for fats. You don't really, I mean, you get calories from protein, but I want to say energy wise it's not really great for energy. So caffeine is more for like instant energy, not very long lasting energy unless you keep on chugging caffeine, you know, every 15 minutes or something like this. You're only supposed to have 2 cups of coffee every day. That's my upper limit. 2 cups of coffee. If I had a cup this morning, I can have a cup at night.
BRB, but keep talking. I got to do another 120 push-ups now. Smiley face.
Another? Like, oh, what? Are you telling me you can do like 120 push-ups in one go? I can only do like 21. I can do 21 in one go. Like, not in a day, in one go. Without resting. I'm not gonna...
Kitten QF.
Oh, you're still here.
Yup, it's easy XD.
Whatever, woman. It's not easy.
Yup.
See, this is what I meant by being diabetic is living life at hard mode. Because things that should be easy is not easy for me. Aside the fact, I mean, I hope you're not here anymore. I'm not saying anything bad about you, but I just don't want to keep you. So don't let me keep you, madam. All I'm saying is when you're diabetic, not only is your energy levels low, but your muscle growth is impeded as well. And the fact that I'm older, I'm in my 40s. Like, I don't look, you know, people, it's really funny. My bros yesterday was saying how young you look today. Because I took a photo of me during my body pump. And I didn't get to play with the Sun Sword. That's fine. I don't need it to be DPS anyway. So going back to what I was saying, during the body pump, I took a photo and I showed it to my bros. And he said, one of them said that I look really young. And I was like, stop it, you. And it's like, no, I'm just telling the truth. And I'm like, you know how hard it is for bros to give compliments to each other? Especially my bros. My bros, they just take the piss out of each other, right? We don't compliment each other. We take the piss of each other. Like, make fun of each other. That's what we do. But that's fine. To get a genuine compliment is so rare. Like, I don't know how to take it. And that's just us guys. This is like typical guy stuff, right? We just don't compliment each other. But it's nice. It's nice that he did. It's nice that he did. Like, he hasn't seen me for a while. Like, we haven't seen each other for a while. He did invite me to his house last time, but I was busy at the time, I believe. Or nobody was able to send me over, so...
belongs to me now.
So that's fine. It's fine, you know. It's not like I'm never gonna see them. But we haven't had a session in a while. I think the last time we had a session was when we went over his house to have steak, and that was it. And that was, I think, I want to say about 2 months ago. More than that, maybe 3 months ago now, thinking about it. It was definitely before fasting. So that was about maybe 4 months ago. That was a long time. Yeah. Like we're due for a gathering sometime soon. Where's everybody going? What the hell's... Oh. Yeah, artifacts might be a good thing. Have I used my mod power yet? I can't tell. I want to say yes. Oh, well, I'll just wait for Kitten to come back. 140 push-ups, jeebus. Like, I could maybe do like 10 every hour, and then come back to it the next hour and do another 10, and then the next hour another 10. So kind of like in an 8-hour window, I can do 80 push-ups in a day. But that's about it. Like, I'll be tired the next day. I wouldn't be able to do that again. Like, my recovery is really slow as well. Like, I did the body pump yesterday. I'm still straining. My muscle strain is still happening right now as we speak. And at this rate, I think it's gonna be like a week before I can walk properly again or start training again. I'm not sure. It was my mistake to kind of like overexert myself during the body pump, and I should have known better, like not to start with like 5-kilo plates at the first freaking session. I should have went with like at least maybe 2.5 so I don't embarrass myself. But the 10 kilos was a big mistake. Anyway, I learned my lesson. Oh wait, that's not a... Eh? Where is this guy? Go this way?
Face your end with dignity.
So after this, by the way, we'll see if we can do a bunch more of the Omu stuff.
Face your end with dignity.
Like either a BHE or Schultz. Although we might look at RC. What is RC today? Is it still Temple of Spider? Yeah, it is. I'm not sure what the next one is after Temple of Spider. It might be an easy one. I do remember like
Until I regain my life.
maybe it's Valindra. I know it's like something easy, I feel.
There's no escape.
I don't know, it's not really a priority for me to do RC. I don't really need anything in RC at the moment. Maybe in the future. Oh, it's me. Okay.
Your allies have betrayed.
I don't actually know if killing these NPCs actually does anything. Like, does it help killing like the rest upstairs? But I'll just continue hitting these guys anyway. Maybe it does help, I don't know. So yeah, living life in hard mode. In kind of like insurance as well perspective, you're not really insurable. Yeah, you're not eligible for like the most benefits, which kind of really sucks. But you know, the good thing about Takaful is at least you have one. Like, there's been this issues where they wouldn't even let you have a coverage or a policy or certificate because you are a diabetic. And even if you did get a certificate, right, some of the claims are not claimable. Like, for example, death by diabetes, right? Death caused due to diabetes. So I don't know, man. It kind of sucks that way. Like, I asked my senior if it's actually okay, if it's like insurable if I have reversed my diabetes. But according to him, they say no. we will consider that person as having an existing diabetic problem issue. So it's like, okay, I tried, but it's okay. I think I still go for the Takaful or Islamic Insurance. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the sword to have more DPS. Spin for the win! Come on! I can't move. Why? Did I even use my artifact? There we go, GG. It took quite a while to end this dungeon, but it wasn't that bad. There were 36 minutes, Jeebus. That took a while. I really hate the fact that there's no roll bonus. They fixed it. New player bonus? Well, at least I got a new player bonus. 8,000 rough astral diamonds. I think I might have already at this point capped my rough astral diamonds. So going back to the tutorial, guys, you just do your the rough astral diamond. You do your random trial queues. You do your random advanced dungeon queues, and that should be enough to hit 100,000, including
QF.
Oh, hi, welcome back.
I'm back.
Welcome
Smiley
back.
face.
Including opening the chests. Now, opening chests may require you to get the campaign
QF.
key.
I did my 241 push-ups XD.
You mean in total, not in one go, right? Please tell me it was in total, because I can't brain 200 whatever push-ups in one go. I just can't brain it. That's like, I wouldn't say impossible, but I'm pretty sure if I focused on doing push-ups every single day for the next year or so, I'll be able to do the same. Or something like this. I don't know. I can't do push-ups right now.
120 plus 120 equals 240. I only took a 30 minutes break XD. Kitten QF. Between the two.
How long did it take you to do 120? Not long. You were gone for maybe 15 minutes? Jeebus. I can't brain. Well, when I say I can't brain, it's actually a Malaysian joke. It's like, I can't think. Like, I can't fathom.
1 HR. Smiley face.
1 hour.
Kitten QF.
Ooh, unbuy tokens. Nice. Oh, and thirst as well. Nice. Nice.
For both.
Not too bad.
Kitten QF.
Salute to you, madam. Salute to you, madam. I've already refined my AD now, which is what I'm covering. Oh, by the way, if I didn't explain it earlier, so I can swap to my DPS now. Hold on. Let me go to Schult first, at least, before I proceed. Because our kind of like goal right now is to complete the Sibella's quests.
My friend, fight valiantly as usual.
Nada. Let's go to the fire. Swap to a DPS because we don't have to be a tank for this. And maybe not use Minsk right now. Oh, now I remember. I think it is to do with insurgencies. Light. Let's see if Omu has BHEs. So we have Schult and also Schult and Omu. Schult and Omu is the same. We have Schult Legacy as well as Icewind Dale Legacies. We already recently did King of Spines. Sorry, Tyrant. So obviously that's not gonna pop up. But it is time to invoke. That was the 4th invoke of the day. The next invoke, I will use a mechanical altar. The reason being, I collect the Joaquin purses things. I don't think it's the gone purses in order to make gold. the last video I did about the Joaquin purses, the Gone purses, I made 800 gold within 60 seconds. But yeah, this is how, basically. I just do 5th invo of the day, use a mechanical altar from the Gone event, which I have loads and loads of. It has lasted me since the last event and more. Oh yeah, and so a quick kind of like voiceover, I suppose. For people watching, what I'm doing right now is invoking in all of my 50 tunes minus the 5, 55 tunes minus the 5, because we want to get to that 6th invoke in the day. So yeah, this part is going to be a bit boring, but I'll just continue speaking. Like, I can only do 80 push-ups in a day, I think. If I do hourly push-ups for an 8-hour window, I can do 80 push-ups in a day. If I did it for a 10-hour like window or duration, right? Like every hour on the hour, I do 10 push-ups. I can do like 100 push-ups. But I think I'll be so sore the next day. I don't think I'll be able to do like 10 hours of push-ups. I don't think I can. But yeah, I mean, it could be a challenge. My challenge right now is to do a pull-up. I can't do a pull-up. I did do like 2 pull-ups before, and I don't remember how the hell I did it, because I've been struggling to do pull-ups all this time. It could be a combination of just doing it, the willpower, just kind of like pushing through the kind of like plateau that I was experiencing mentally, and also being lighter that day, perhaps. I'm not sure. Like the lightest I've ever been is 71.8 kilos. I am currently at 76 kilos, and that's great because I was 80 kilos when I came back from Malaysia, so I want to say I lost 4 kilos, but it's like this, up and down, up and down. It's playing with my heart right now, my weight. So I don't really focus on the weight. I just want to focus on training, my carnivore diet, and just my steps, I suppose, in general. I can't do my steps right now because my muscle strain. I can't do any workouts right now because of my muscle strain. So I'm basically just resting for the next, I want to say, week, because I'm predicting that's how long it's going to take for me to recover. No matter how much protein I'm taking, no matter how much rest or sleep that I'm taking, no matter how many, you know how they say movement is medicine, right? No matter how much steps that I'm going to make, it's not really going to help me recover any faster from my personal experience. I could probably just do 5,000 steps in a day and just kind of like, movement is medicine kind of like mentality. But I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. It hurts. 3 days maybe at a minimum. So tomorrow maybe I'll suck it up and just do exercises, light exercises. Perhaps just body weight exercises, so push-ups, squats. I'm not looking forward to doing squats at the moment. Squats killed me. I think we did squats like for 30 minutes straight or something ridiculous like this. But for somebody who's done body pump for the first time, I actually don't think I did quite bad. Like, they lost me halfway. I was taking long breaks in between. And there were kind of like parts of the exercises where I did not participate, but I was feeling lightheaded, low energy. I was liable to faint, at any time. So to kind of like save people grief, I decided to just take it easy and not push myself, but not to the point where I'm just sitting down not doing anything. It's either I'm doing a wall sit. It's either I'm doing like a 90-90, I'm like stretching, or when I feel like up to it, I would actually get up and continue where I left off. By which time it's already like the last rep, and then it's like they take a break and move on to the next workout. You know what I mean? So it's a bit embarrassing, I would say, and especially when you think like if I look as if I'm in my late 20s, early 30s. So the joke, it's not even a joke. I feel like people, because okay, so this is the story. Last night, the wife and I, we had dinner, and as we were returning to the car to go home, we bumped into this couple, and he was like, "Are you alright?" Because I was struggling at the stairs. I was like, "I'm fine, dude. I just did body pump. I just did squats, and I can't walk right now." Like, I'm having difficulty walking right now because I was going down the steps and taking my time, like one step at a time, holding onto the railing, supporting my body, and taking like my sweet ass time. So I just told them to just carry on, like go past me, overtake me, because it's gonna take me a while. And he goes, "Are you okay, bro? Are you okay, bro?" Question mark. No, actually, looking at it, there could be two opposites to this. It could be, "Are you okay, bro?" Is like, "Are you okay, old man?" But the way I interpreted it as was that I'm as old or as young as he was, and he looks to be in his mid-20s. You know, I don't think he's a 30-year-old, because I mean, I don't know. It's just a simple feeling. It's just a feeling that I had. I was like, you know, I was kind of taken aback. Like, this is the second person that said that I kind of like seem to be young. And as we were sitting in the car, I asked the wife, like, "Do I look that young?" And she goes, "What do you mean?" "Well, that guy just called me bro." And then she was like, "Oh, he didn't look at your face." And I was like, No. I talked to him. I spoke to him face to face. And he goes, "Are you okay, bro?" And I was like, No, I'm good. Just go ahead. So, like, yeah. People, you know, and I don't think it really matters what other people think, to be honest with you. I just think it's embarrassing that I couldn't do it like the whole session, 1 hour session non-stop without taking a break. Because yes, I'm a diabetic. Yes, I'm 40 years old. Yes, I haven't done body pump before, but I would say that I work out. Strength training, resistance training, endurance training, I've done them all, and on kettlebells. And I would think that kettlebells are way worse than body pump. And I think it still is, because yeah, they have weights, but at most you can put on those like barbells were 15 kilos on each side, right? So three 5-kilo plates on one side, so that's 15, and another 15 on the other side, with a total of 30 kilos max. I did not see anyone carrying 30 kilos at all during that session. The most that I saw were like 3 plates, and it was like 5, 2.5, and 5. So that would be 7.5, 8.5, times that by 2, 17 kilos. 17 kilos max. So I don't know, 17 kilos. If you're doing it for an hour on 17 kilos, yeah, okay. I can understand that's like really tough. But they were taking it off, putting back on, putting lighter loads in. It really depended on what exercises they were doing. So if you're doing like kind of like shoulder presses, they probably go heavier. But when they're doing kind of like, say, core exercises, they put on like 2.5s each. So like 5 kilos. So it's not really strength training. It's like heavy. It's more reps, long duration, lighter weights, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with light weights, because you still get Is it hypotrophy? I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. Hypotrophy, I think it's called. But you only get that when you're doing like 1 max reps, I believe. You get gains by doing lower reps and heavier weights.
Adventuring sure is dangerous.
When you're doing lighter weights with higher reps, it does build your muscles as well. But it also does endurance more, I want to say. It really depends what your fitness goals are. For me, it's to become bigger, like leaner, muscular. Those are the 2 goals, and healthier, of course. That's my main goal, to be healthy, which I feel like I've achieved at the moment. I'm not kind of like a perfect as I can be, like health-wise. I can still go and do better and be better, but in kind of like my condition and at my age, I don't think I'm doing too bad, especially now that I'm off medication. And there was like a whole big discussion that I had with my bros last night, because they were concerned. I haven't been taking my medication for the past 2 to 3 months now, and I did tell them that I have my doctor's review like in the next 2 weeks or so, but people have died, or people they've known have died because of the neglect of taking medication. The medications are there to kind of like keep your body in check, supposedly. That is as long as your liver, or kidneys don't give out. And taking medication, or Western medication, I want to say, puts pressure on your organs, your kidney, your liver, everything actually, not just your organs and your liver, puts pressure on your cells in your body. So it's actually counterintuitive, counterproductive to take medications, especially if there are better remedies out there. Doing physical exercises, strength training, resistance training, doing your steps, taking care of your diet. Don't be sedentary, just keep on moving. Intermittent fasting, especially for a diabetic, I think intermittent fasting is way better than, say, having the same calories in the day, like having 1800 calories in a day, every day, with 3 meals, and then intermittent fasting on 1800 calories with 2 meals in a day. It's the same. Yes, I understand that fact. However, it is better for a diabetic or somebody who's worried about pre-diabetes, or even in general. I think it's still beneficial for people to do intermittent fasting from time to time, if not on a daily basis, so that they can train better. I want to say, have more energy. Yeah, not having breakfast actually will produce energy for you throughout your day until you open your fast at whatever window it is. You can start eating at 12, you can start eating at 2, as long as you stop eating. For me, it's 8 p.m., but for most people, I think it's 9 p.m. That is your absolute cutoff time. Nothing healthy or otherwise taken after 9 p.m. I'm just going into my new tune. I don't need to be on this tune. I keep on forgetting to do this. Right, I've basically done the 4th invoke of the day. We'll see if we are gonna do that later on for like the 5th on the stream. I'll probably do it later on in the day anyway. It is 11 p.m. I have an hour before I have to go, guys. I doubt there'll be an HE right now because we did an HE here earlier. Let's go to Social Star and see if there is one that popped out during this like invoking session that I did. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but you never know. Yeah, nothing here. That's fine. We're gonna go to Icewind Dale, I think. I don't know which ones easier? Is it to the right or to the left? Oh, to the right. It's like next door. We're gonna kill enemies, and then once we reach 100%, we're gonna go and check out whether HE is up again in Schult or Omu. And then we'll see where we go from there. I'm not gonna do the RC until the reset, or maybe 5 p.m. when it does reset, or cycles. We'll see what RC it is later on. Why am I so low target? There we go. Multi-target. Multi-target unlocked. Activated. Slightly laggy for some reason, but I like to go around this area in order to do like this particular legacy quest. In fact, it might actually be a good idea to do an HE, but I kind of don't want to do it alone. I kind of don't want to do it alone because it'll take me a very, very long time to start and end the BHE, and I kind of don't want to waste time right now. This is much easier. Just do a couple of counters and the whole group is gone. Deleted. So, continuing on about the tutorial on how to do mod 31. Because it's gonna be a back and forth. Like, this is basically in the past. This is pre-mod 31. But you can apply this. I do believe you can apply this in mod 31 if it comes out like tomorrow. Oh, I'm done. I think I'm done, guys, with the legacy quest. Let me just, you know what, let's just go to PE and see if it is. It might be something else that popped up, but I do believe it's the legacy quest. I might be wrong. Let's check it. Yeah, we done it. And I'm surprised there's only like 2 legacy quests this week. Why do I only have 2? Like, I feel like I should get more, but it's probably because I forgot to pick up the quests during the reset, like before the reset. So that's my bad. But it's okay. I've got like, I don't know, 50 tunes that I can do legacies on. So if I really wanted to get like one of these mats, like the Glyphs of Potencies for free, I could always do that. I think I calculated that I could get about 85 Glyphs of Potencies, over 55 tunes, if I really, really wanted to. And I gotta say, I don't really want to. Like, I'll be able to collect the Glyphs of Potencies over time, but I seriously don't think spending like 6 hours in a day trying to get these Glyphs of Potencies is a good idea. Like, I have better things to do with my time than trying to, like, I don't know, do professions or making like 1,000 gold in a day, invoking on my 55 tunes -5. Where are these? Supplies for what? Prosperity. Convert those. I think that's good. I'll keep the thirst on my, or in my shared bank, sorry. Who knows? We might need it. Sort that. Because I'm a neat freak. Oh, I totally forgot to get the Astral Diamonds from there. Not the 1 million, but there's 387. Withdraw. There we go. We have a round number now. Do we go Schult? You know what? Let's just pop by Schult. See if it actually popped up in the time that we did all the legacy whatever. Failing that, what can we do? Oh, there you go. That's why we check things. Let me alert in the alliance once we get a straight path. so that we can let people know that there is in fact a BHE happening. So people may or may not be waiting for a BHE to happen for the past hour or so. So it is actually just a public service announcement on my end. I'm trying to look for a straight path. I can't find one. It's all these winding paths. You know what? Let's just secure our spot in the BHE first, and then think about others afterwards. Hopefully nobody starts it. Hopefully, or even if somebody did start. Oh God, there's the wrong way. I'm not there yet. Oh wait a minute, what? I thought I heard like King of Spines. I don't see a timer. Somebody has definitely started it. So let's go to Alliance. No, you know what? Let's go to PvE first. If I can see the dang thing. PvE. CV. Why TV? CV1 up if anyone needs it. Needs it. There you go. And an Alliance. And there you go for the PSA. So this shouldn't take too long, to be honest. We've already done one of the BHEs. So this would technically be the last one before we basically run out of legacy to do. However, we do have like X amount of characters that can do the legacies, so we might actually focus on those tunes. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what where life takes us after this. Free combat enhancements. I don't remember. I might encounter it later on once I start my new character. You know what? I think that's what we're gonna do. Instead of doing legacies, I think we're gonna not make a new character, but continue a new character and try to get her, as in this case Daisy, my toon, my one and only female toon, to level up, and at least to a level where I can invoke on her. The reason being, so that I can get the coffers, the coalescent motes, sorry. And the reason why you want coalescent motes is to make money, AD, right? How you make AD from coalescent motes? You could either sell the coalescent mote itself, although unfortunately you will have to unbind it first. And the way that you can get unbind tokens is from the Zen store and or playing the game. What I mean to say is either you get it from end game chests, right? It doesn't have to be end game. What I meant to say was end dungeon chests. So the chest that you get from at the end of the dungeon, and that's random. Over leveling, certain events. I don't know if the Help It event or whatever you call it event has unbind tokens. I don't think so. There's not a lot of sources where you can get unbind tokens other than the one that I mentioned just now. But I do have like over 100 unbind tokens accumulated over several years, I want to say, ever since unbind tokens came out for free just by playing the game, and maybe even from events. But yeah, generally speaking, I don't really buy anything from the Zen store unless it's something very like something that I really want, which is pretty rare, I want to say. And even if there is something that I really want from the Zen store, I would either use Zen Exchange to get the Zen, or from whatever sources, or if I really if I ended up using my real life cash to buy Zen in order to get something from the Zen store, it'd be money that I accumulated from zero. Meaning to say, it's money that I purposely accumulated for the purposes of buying Zen items, right? So I won't feel guilty. Like the money that I get every month from my properties, I don't touch. Like, I don't use it for my wants, as it were. I think this actually prevents me from getting FOMO, or fear of missing out. And if I don't get it, if I don't get the item from Neverwinter, so what? Right? So what? It's okay. Because eventually, whatever it is, items in the Zen store, items in the lockboxes that you can't get, you will be able to get eventually from whatever sources. Be it that from a package, be it from the Zen store, be it from, like say, what did you call that? A Mystic
Kitten QF.
lockbox?
Heading to bed, Spartan. See
Alright.
you the next time
I
that
thought
you
you were already
stream.
gone.
Smiley
Yeah.
face.
I will. Hopefully soon. I am very busy juggling 2 careers at the moment. So if you don't see me, I understand I'm busy. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next one, Ken. Good luck with your progress. I don't think you need luck. Yeah, and it seems like you know what you're doing. So yeah, see you. Good night. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one, madam. Bye bye now.
There are too many. We must close the gate.
Right.
Kitten
So.
QF.
Oh.
Ty. Smiley face.
Die. What did I want to say? What did I want to say? Oh yeah, so prep for mod 31. No matter
Kitten
what
QF.
mod. Oh.
Thank you.
Yes. Thai. You know, I think that's gonna be a inside joke between us. Thai. Thai very much. No, you know what? That doesn't even sound like a Thai. I don't know how Thai people speak when they speak English, because they have the no. They is that wait? Is that Vietnamese? No. They go like that. Right? I don't know. I don't even know words in Thai. Sawadee krap. What else is there? Mak mai. And then I don't know. I don't really have a large dictionary of the Thai words, of the Thai language. So krap. It's very, there's like a pitch to it. You know what I mean? There's like tonal. It's very tonal. So it's almost, I want to say it's almost like singing, right? Or choiry, I suppose it would be more accurate, not singing per se. But yeah, if I actually studied, Thai language, I would probably be able to describe it even better, much better than my attempt right now. No, you know what I mean? It's like, Sawadee krap. You gotta want to do a dip at the end of the sentence. I'm not making fun of Thai.
_TV.
Who?
Only Thai I know is Ladyboy.
Lamau. That's not even Thai. That's like English. But hello, hi, welcome on into the stream, sir. Although it didn't say that you were a new chatter, so does that mean this is your first time? Or it's not your first time here? I don't know. I don't remember the name. I don't think. Unless you changed your name. Was it Tabarat? Tabarat? Tabarat. _TV. Are you a streamer, sir? I have ways to find out, but I feel like it's better if I ask politely before I do something.
Tabarat _TV. I don't chat, but not the first time.
Okay. Alright, so you have been here. Thank you for coming in, saying hello for the first time. Welcome on in. So yeah, it's enough for a glyph. I will purchase a glyph. So again, glyphs, guys, is, I want to say, the most important material that you need when it comes to upgrading, because
Tabarat_TV. I do stream here and there.
Aha.
Too busy with work though.
Aha. So you know how do I know? How I can know if you are a streamer? If I can see, which I don't really. No, can I even sign into my own chat? Is it gonna let me?
Tabarat_TV.
Well, that was your name. That was an indication. That's why I asked.
My name.
But this is what I do. Can I? Is it letting? No, I have to sign in. Oh, wait. You guys can see me, right? I don't want to see. I don't want you guys to see my my keyboard, because I'm gonna key in my password right now. Where's the keyboard? Razer Keo webcam keyboard. There we go. And I have to sign in. I have to sign in for some weird reason. And I probably have to key in. Oh, hello. What is this? Is this subscribe? Oh, that's not the password. I love it. What? What do you mean? What do you mean SpartanDee doesn't exist?
Tabarat_TV followed your channel.
Oh, welcome welcome to my. Thank you for following my channel, sir. It's not letting me log in to my own Twitch account. Wait, you guys don't see? Okay, good. Or do you? Do you see my screen? No, good. Why can't I log in to my Twitch? Hopefully that's the right. Yeah, okay, finally. It's sending me to my number. Okay. Sorry, we're encountering technical issues. I was just trying to prove a point, and then this happened. The reason why I'm having to log into my Twitch account and all this kind of like, what you call it, two-factor authentication thing, is because I swap between streaming on TikTok and streaming on Twitch. I have two accounts. So it doesn't, like, I could for sure stream on like this account, on my Twitch account, on TikTok, but there's like two different kind of like categories. My TikTok is for my gold, my Twitch is for my gaming. So I don't want to mix those two categories together. It just doesn't make sense.
SpartanDee.
There we go. This is how I find out.
Tabarat_TV.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yeah. So I do believe it says what you play, but at the moment, oh, you play Fortnite. There you go. That's how I know. That's how I know. But yeah, as always, it's better to ask first. Fortnite, I don't think I've played. The only FPS I played is like Call of Duty, and anything that's similar to Fortnite was H1Z1. I'm gonna sound really old right now. So H1Z1 is like a pre-COVID, like before 2019. They have shut down the servers even before that, but I think it was quite famous because, you know, the genre of the zombie survival, whatever. It was during that time.
Tabarat_TV.
H1Z1 was out.
Back. Had ads.
Oh. You missed it then. I did a shout out for you, sir. You want me to do it again? I'll do it again. It doesn't cost me anything to do a shout out. I am now trying to figure out what to do next. I think we're gonna open
Tabarat_TV. Nah, I'm good.
Okay, no worries. I think now at this point in time, since I'm not doing RC, we've already done the randoms. I don't think there's anybody that needs any help in Neverwinter right now. So I can then focus on my next thing, which is to upgrade my new leveling tune to at least, I think it's like rank 11 or level 11 in order to invoke. Do not quote me on that. It has been a while since I played. So get this, guys. My character right now is level 2, but look at her item level. And it's not even the best. This is not even the best I can do for her. She's like 50k. 50k item level with these equipments right now that I have on screen. And with these enchantments. You know what? I could probably get demonic and what you call it, black ice enchants on her. Not sure. Oh, I could put on these ones. Demonic empowerment, devil's precision, rage of flames. Those are really like high tier, I want to say. Overkill. And I think you know what, it might actually be better for somebody else to use these instead of me. Yeah, so I'm not gonna use those. It's fine, I'm not gonna use those. Because it doesn't seem like I got black ice lying around. Look at my mounts. I'm missing one more. What is this? Mythic bound to account mount with 4 slots.
Tabarat_TV. I just started playing this again.
Nice.
Been like 6 years.
Nice.
Been putting in some work relearning the game.
Yeah, this is why. It's because of Mod 31, isn't it? You're back in the game because Mod 31 is coming out in like a few days, or maybe not. I don't know. I feel like people come back to the game every time a new mod comes out. Like I basically don't really play unless mod like a new once I'm done with that mod, the current mod, then I focus on the new mod, if that makes sense. Am I using... No. I thought I was using the same at-wills for both my left click and right click, but I don't think that's the case. I think my left click is a single target, whereas my right click is a AoE. So I actually prefer the AoE over the single target, but you know, it has its uses. So the reason why I'm making this tutorial for...
Tabarat_TV. Nah. Bored of all the garbage out there. Waiting on a game or two to come out later this year.
Yeah, me too actually. I don't have any in particular. I have seen certain games that does pique my interest. However, I don't have the rig to kind of like support it. Like I don't think it can actually play.
SGT_Rager1.
Hey, Sergeant Rager, welcome on in. Long time no see, sir.
Hey guys.
Hi, welcome on in.
Tabarat_TV. Wanted something grindy but also laid back.
Oh, nothing like Neverwinter then. There's definitely the grind. I mean, you could probably go like Final Fantasy, I suppose, or even WoW, I suppose. You could always go to classic WoW if you want to. Like I play
SGT_Rager1. Yeah bro, I took a break for a bit. But I'm back for the new mod, LOL.
What's the word I'm looking for? Something in case. Case on point? Case in point? Is it case on point or case in point? It's one of those. I'm not sure. Or neither of those. yeah, so this is why I'm making this tutorial. I'm making a how to play Neverwinter mod 31 as a new player. Basically,
Tabarat_TV.
The name could do
In.
a bit of work. Okay, case in point. Thank you, sir. I used to be an English teacher, but it's been a while since I taught anyone anything. So, and you know what? Teaching, I think. Yes, I think teaching is just one of the things that is like a life goal for me. I have taught before as a substitute teacher, as an English, geography, and history substitute teacher, I believe. At least English and geography. But that didn't last very long. And it wasn't, I wouldn't say it wasn't even, how do I say this? If you've ever been a teacher, you have certain kind of like expectations. And those expectations was not met for me. In terms of progress of my students, they kind of like, but I feel like that's my fault. That's like a me problem. I should instill kind of like the hunger for knowledge, you know, to the kids. But hey, level 3, there we go. This is what I like about Neverwinter, the fact that, well, it's a double-edged sword, I want to say, because the old way, the old leveling system where you kind of like grind XP was much faster. I think I could level up from 1 to 20 in like definitely within an hour. I was gonna say like 20 minutes, but I think that's a bit too short. I might be lying if I said that. So, well, I mean, it's definitely shorter than the current system. But the current system is great because the previous system for me, it only took me an hour in order to get like level 20 or level 80 back in the day, right? It wasn't level 20, it was level 80 back in the day. It took me an hour a day, definitely, to get to level 20. However, resources heavy, meaning to say I had to have, you know, dismount and that kind of like artifact and sorry, I'm trying to think, what do I need? What does Constitution do? Action point gain. Should I go Dexterity for critical severity? It's not as high as Constitution for some reason. I know as a fighter that is kind of like the base kind of like stat that you need to increase, but it doesn't have any DPS stats to it other than the action point gain, which as a fighter you get a lot of anyway, because you get action point gains from getting hit and hitting as a DPS. So it's not really like you get that passively is what I'm trying. Fighters are probably one of the fastest classes to gain action point because you get it from more than one source. Dexterity might be better because of the critical strike. Control bonus we don't need. Charisma might be a good one because of the forte, but the fighter's forte isn't that great, I want to say. So let's just take dexterity. Oh, you know what? Maybe character. Charisma, sorry, not character, charisma. Because I'm thinking of the forte. Recharge speed. Faster recharge speed means I can do more encounters sooner. Forte means I have 3 attributes that it increases. So it may not be all be offensive stats. So let's check it. Forte gives you, I can't really see what it says. I don't know, it doesn't say. It's probably because I haven't selected my what do you call that, sigil, something like this. Not sigil, dreadnought and or the other one, right? Something to do with class. Yeah, I don't think I'm at the level yet, that's why it doesn't show. But yeah, forte still offensive stats, I want to say.
Definitely the reduced recharge speed. Sorry. So that's good. Just we're just gonna stack on. We're not gonna stack on Constitution because we're not gonna go and be a tank. We're gonna be DPS this build, and then we're gonna go Charisma for the Forte. We're just gonna focus on Forte and Power. I want to say, HP. You can still get that stats from equipment, enchantments, over what do you call those? Those enchantments that you put in your gears. Major kits. What's the next place? I don't remember this mission, guys, by the way. So, what I'm trying to say, for people who are new to the game, I would highly recommend you go through this kind of like campaigns, the early ones. Not only is it gonna be giving you items that you will be able to use for your future adventures, but it will also help you kind of like, you know, with your stones of health, insignias, enchantments. It's just gonna save you a lot of time in the long run, is what I'm trying to say. Where next? I'm just following the glitters on the ground because I can't really see where I'm going, to be honest. Yeah, and kind of like in line with that, I don't know when my surgery is gonna be due. Like, there was supposed to be a surgery done this month, sometime this month. I think it was like in the middle of the month, but they canceled it, and without any indication. They didn't let me know why they canceled it. They just decided to cancel it. And I know because a notification popped up on my app. So, but I'm really hoping, crossing fingers, you know, cross toes, that I will get my surgery done this year at least, so I can actually live my life, you know, continue to stream better, actually apply for a job, instead of like hoping on my property, I suppose. That's like basically at the moment I am working for Takaful, and also working towards getting kind of like side income. But the problem with side income is just that it's not consistent. Like every month there's like 100% you'll definitely get this amount. No, you have to work at it. So once you've set up the foundation for it, and people start paying you like on a consistent basis, then yeah, the passive income, like you don't even have to do anything. Meaning to say, you don't have to service them. They can buy the products on their own. Maybe they will contact you if there were some issues, or maybe introduction of a new client, you know, things like these. Then yeah, you service them. But most of my clients are quite versed, I want to say, in the product, so they don't actually need me to intervene with their purchases. You know, sometimes when people buy gold from me, I didn't even know about it, because they can do it online, and they can do it from anywhere. That's the beauty of this. Like, I could be sleeping, I could be earning money at the same time. But again, I'm at a point right now where it's not consistent. I get it from time to time.
Tavarat_TV. I'm a district manager for a dispensary.
Dispensary of pharmaceuticals? Question mark? Because I don't know what else is a dispensary other than that. And if you're a district manager, that's pretty high up, I want to say. That's like definitely senior administrative. And big pharma. Big Pharma, right? Big Pharma.
Tabarat_TV. Marijuana.
Oh. I get you. I do dabble. I don't do it anymore, okay? I'm too old for that stuff. But oh, is it the legal ones? Are we talking legally or illegally? Because, times have changed now. We have THCs being sold to like bubble teas and in like Thailand, I believe. And in certain parts of America, I'm assuming you're American, sir. I don't actually know. But if you are, and you're there are certain states that actually allows for that to be sold. So yeah, it's not illegal.
Fear to Beard 13.
Hey, Fear.
You're not his dad.
Yes. No, even even if I was, I'd be chilled with it. I was wondering when that was gonna happen. I'd be so chilled with that, cause one day, right? They'll find out that I dabbled, and they'll be like, "You gave me so much, you gave me so much grief about this, like of doing it or selling it or buying it, whatever, or and you did it before." Like I didn't sell. I just used. I just consumed. But you know what I mean? Like, how can you tell somebody?
Tabarat_TV. Haha, I'm 44.
Oh, you're
yes,
much older
legally
than I was
and in the America.
Nice. I mean, I wouldn't say there are medicinal uses of it, but for my condition, I feel that outweighs a lot more than actually taking it, because I don't get stressed, bro. Like, if anything, I'm consistently on a natural high. Dopamine, whatever, serotonins. Of course, oh god, I'm getting too scientific into this. I was gonna say homeostasis and all this BS. Now, let's just say, too long didn't read version. There's not a lot of stresses in my life, so I don't need like a clutch, like say a cigarette or weed, in order to be calm, right? I get that from praying, right, spiritually, and I do it a lot. That's why I have to stop my stream within an hour or so, because I gotta go and pray. Actually, I gotta go in about 24 minutes.
Mary Jane is becoming legal in a lot of states, so I'm not surprised to see people advancing in that workplace.
Workplace? Not advisable, especially if you're working heavy machinery and also like sharp things. I want to say, you might end up losing a limb. But I can't, unless you're an artist. What's his face? Dali? Salvador. I believe the name is Salvatore Dali. Was high when he does his pieces. So I can see the application of that for that work, right? But I can't think of another job where you needed to be high, unless it's like testing the product, right? Okay, so this is a good product. Like, we're gonna make a lot of money from this. That's the only other career-wise
Beard 13.
application.
Workplace as in the dispensary, and people are definitely already in other workplaces under the influence, good or bad.
Really? Would they get find out? Like, with the slur and the slow kind of like processing time. That's kind of like, that's my interpretation of it. Like, why would you want to be high during work? Especially if you're like driving. If you don't need to do like administrative stuff. Because if once I'm under the influence, I am a phobia kind of guy. I'm like You know, like this. You know, I'm like constantly looking around, checking behind me, you know, making sure like nobody's gonna stab me from the back.
_TV.
That's me.
Nah, you don't get fucked up. A lot of people microdose.
I never did, because even when I went to Amsterdam, I went the whole way. I had brownies. You know so here's the thing, right? When you start doing it, and I'm pretty sure Tabarat knows this better than most, but when I started, I had 50-50s. So half of tobacco and half was the weed, right? So I would smoke that. But when I went to Amsterdam, like they had like a board, and the from the like weakest to the strongest, right? In terms of like weed. So the weakest that they had was 100% pure, like hashish weed. Well, I mean, of course you can add tobacco into it and all
_TV.
that to make it taste better. I
People
suppose.
want to be able to function but have the benefits from the THC.
Yeah.
I help a lot of elderly.
Oh, I mean, for Alzheimer's, is it? I don't know which condition it was that actually helped. If you're kind of like if you have THC, I don't really dabble in that kind of like area of health, because I feel like, and again, I do apologize if I'm going way side road here.
Tabarat _TV. All kinds of ailments.
Yeah, I know it's something to do with the nervous systems. Like if you introduce like some sort of drug, like from time to time, periodically, that it will stop their kind of like shakiness. I'm not sure quite what it was. That's like the one that comes to mind. But the thing is, I'm more of a natural kind of like remedy kind of guy. Eastern medication, what have you. What I learned though for that particular condition is that intermittent fast or go into ketosis, because there's been studies done that if you go into ketosis, meaning to say you don't take your energy from carbs, you don't get it from sugar, which is actually the main reason why you have those conditions in the first place, and your body actually breaks down fat in order to produce energy for a day-to-day basis. They found that it either cured them or reduced symptoms. So you don't need to, I don't know if this is the kind of thing you want to hear, because that's basically what I'm trying to say is you don't need THC and you're selling THC. But I mean, if your kind of like mindset is more you want to help people, I think ketosis or actually doing things like carnivore diets or basically taking care of their diets on top of maybe smoking a bit of weed, I suppose, or taking drops, whatever, adding it to your food. Why not? If it helps, right? Why not?
Beard 13. Yeah, medical THC has become big for a lot of people dealing with illnesses and pain because you get the benefits without the actual high.
I mean, at micro doses, I suppose it's okay. I can. Would I get hanged? I might actually have to ask one of my bros, because he works for the police, you know, enforcement. He's a police officer. So the thing is, by law in my country, if you carry more than 50 grams of weed or 100 grams of weed, you get the hanging punishment. You get hanged for carrying 100 grams of weed on your person, because the drug kind of like rule here is very strict. Now, I don't think there's anything really wrong with weed. I think it's more of they just wanna
Tabarat _
they just
TV.
wanna really stamp down on the weed.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's it's very extreme. So if you happen to have like a bag, get rid of it like quickly. Like don't go through the customs, carrying a bag with you, because you are gonna go into jail if they catch you. At worst case scenario, you might end up being dead. So, and we're just talking about weed here, you know what I mean? It's not even that serious.
Tabarat_TV. I sold 5 times that this week.
Yeah.
Feared a beard 13. Don't they still remove limbs for stealing in your country, Spartan?
Not my country. Not my country in particular, and I don't know if the Middle Eastern countries still do. But when I was in Saudi Arabia, that was a thing. Every Friday, somebody was gonna lose a limb.
Tabarat_TV.
Or down there. I'm
Where
not even joking. Oh, Brunei, Southeast Asia. If you still don't know, the island of Borneo, and if you still don't know, is between Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia. It's a very, very tiny country. I don't have a globe to show you or an atlas, but
Tabarat_TV. When I was in Iraq, they were cutting off minds and fingers.
Yeah, and sexual organs. I hesitate to use the P word.
Tabarat_TV.
Or the D word.
Limbs, not minds.
Sorry, mimes? Mime? Okay, limbs. Yeah. I mean, limbs? I mean, okay, so from my understanding, and do not take this word for word, but if you are caught stealing, I think they cut you from the wrist, like the wrist above. So you literally lose a hand, right? You lose a hand, not an arm, a hand. And if you steal again, you lose the other hand, right? And the sexual organ thing is, if you were caught committing adultery, so especially with someone else's wife, I think, and and vice versa. If the woman was caught cheating or committing adultery, she doesn't have anything to cut off, but I think she gets stoned. Maybe even to again, do not take my word for this. This is what I understood. This is stuff that I learned when I was still a kid, so it may not be the same punishment currently. I mean, whether or not they practice this, I mean, technically speaking, yeah, we should be cutting off limbs and hands and fingers, but I don't know. We do have Sharia Islamic law, and we do practice it as well, meaning to say there are certain kind of like punishments that we do, but not to that extremes. I do believe a few decades back, or even a decade, like 10 years ago, we reintroduced Sharia law in Brunei.
Tabarat_TV. Phone's about to die. Me.
Oh.
Was fun chatting. Have a good one.
Sure. Thank you so much for coming in, sir. Sorry the conversation went, I don't know, south, but it's really interesting for me, and I do hope to see you in the next one. Thank you again for the follow, I believe, and I'll see you in the next one, sir. Do not let me keep you. Bye-bye. Good night. Have a good day. We'll talk again soon. Hopefully, I don't know, tomorrow? Oh no, I gotta do stuff tomorrow. Don't let me keep you, sir. I basically said my goodbyes. So tomorrow, I actually wanted to do it today, which is to go to the clinic. Again, if people didn't know about it, here's a picture of me a few days ago. Wait, is it this one? Sorry, about to show you a picture of of me. There you go. A few days ago. Gonna zoom on. I'm gonna zoom on in on the problem area without not making it look disgusting. So if you can see this on screen right now on the webcam is actually my teeth. And if you look real close, there's a freaking big ass gap in the middle of my teeth. And that was due to me eating bones. Fear, chicken bones. I was munching down on some chicken bones and it cracked my tooth. My front tooth. And that was really annoying because I'm a streamer, yeah. I'm a content creator. Unless I was doing like a faceless video or content, I guess it'd be fine. But I was about to start doing streams on my TikTok. You know, I haven't done it yet. I will soon. I'll probably do it later, to be honest, after my prayers. But and talk about gold. Hopefully, I don't know. It'll probably be something similar to this, where somebody says something and I'll just kind of like talk on top of that. But yeah, the main thing is I wanted to talk about gold on that stream, and I didn't want to mix the two. I didn't want to mix gaming stream with talking about, you know, gold at the same time. I don't think it's fair for people. My weapon set is actually better. Yes, it is. So I will just convert this into appearance. And this is a better gloves. So I will use that instead. There you go. What's next? It's telling me to go out. Oh, talk to this dude.
I'm glad you are to be.
Huh. Where are we going? Yeah, I really hate it when people bring me somewhere like we don't know where to look, where we're going. I mean, I'm pretty sure she just told me, but I didn't have the time to listen. I was hoping that I can finish this like tune, get her to level 20 within 4 hours. It has been 4 hours almost. In 9 minutes, it'll be 12, and I have to stop the stream. So I literally only have 9 minutes left till the end of the stream, guys. It seems like I've received a message. No, it's the same one. Okay, it's not my contractor. It is a contractor that's gonna come in and have a look at my roof, or roofs in this case, plural. What? Okay. That's fine. Sorry if I'm checking my messages right now. I've neglected my phone for the past 4 hours. So I don't want people, like, especially my customers, like waiting on me. I hate it. I hate it when I have to wait on people for a response. And so I don't expect to do the same to other people as well. I mean, people may not mind, but I do mind. Like, it irks me, not that I'm waiting for somebody to respond, but for me not to respond, if that makes sense. I hate it when I'm not responding to people for a very, very long time. Oh, a little bit of like saucy news, I want to say. Nothing big. So as you may or may not know, I sell physical gold right now, right currently. That is one of my careers right now. That's what I'm trying to work on for right now. That's how I'm getting my income. So apparently, one of the members are doing a kind of like consumer fair happening at a really big event sometime in June. So I signed up for that. I've already paid the deposit or the full payment of said event, so I'm not worried about not participating. However, get this. I mentioned this before. But a person that I know, on let's say it this way, a crush of mine in my past is doing well in this business, selling gold. And it was just a matter of time till I bump into her. So apparently the organizer for this event, for this consumer fair, is she. is my crush, is my old crush. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't believe there's anything, like, she wasn't my ex or anything, so I don't think there's anything wrong with this. But I mean, we have history, and it just seems awkward for me to kind of like crawl back to her and asking for help. You know what I mean? It's not as bad because she wasn't my ex or anything, but I remembered a time when, as an acquaintance, right, as someone that I used to like and potentially wanted to be my girlfriend. She's married, by the way, with kids at this point, I believe. I don't know, I don't stalk her or anything, but I'm assuming that she has kids. Am I supposed to talk to you? Or talk to you outside? Catch me outside? So my crush is the organizer, and I don't think she recognizes me because I look way different than I did, like, I want to say 20-30 years ago, right? I mean, I feel like I look the same, but I look at my face every day, so. But she might put two and two together and figure out, or maybe she's just acting like she doesn't recognize me. I don't know. I haven't met her personally yet, like face to face. So I'm actually curious to know what's gonna happen once I finally meet her. Again, nothing wrong with that. I actually did explain to the wife about her. Why can't I convert this? Huh? I already got this? From where? You know what? I'm not even gonna bother selling it. I can't. Oh, maybe I do need to sell this. It is almost time for me to end the stream, guys. So I feel like I should try to look for this dude. How much gold have I got on this tune? 27 silver. That's not too bad, I would say. I could most definitely give her more gold. You know what? I probably should. Let's just give her 10 gold. That's probably more than enough for a new tune. You know what? 9 gold. Just make this a round number in the shared bank. There we go. So, I'm not gonna go invoke on my tunes. That's gonna take a long time. We still have 3 minutes to go. You know what? Maybe we should transition to this new scene that I'm practicing with. It's the TikTok's stream. We're gonna end. Nothing changed. Nothing. Oh, okay. So it changes for the vertical scene, but it doesn't change for the landscape scene. So that makes sense. I should have one scene specifically for like a close-up. This that's the scene that you're supposed to see when I change the scene to TikTok. Should I do it now? Would that stop the stream if I do that? If I do that, I want to say did, but do at the same time. So it went dude. Would it stop the stream if I do a dual stream now and instead of at the beginning of the stream? It doesn't seem like that's the case, unfortunately. Sharing chat, shield mode, slow mode. There are requests. There were requests. I didn't even realize. Wait a sec. What requests are we talking about? Oh. I mean, that was done. Anything else? It says 7 requests. I only got 1. It's all Fear. I bet it's all Fear. For some reason, Fear, all your like sound alerts that you played is a request, although it starts doing it automatically. So I don't understand why it's saying request. I'm just gonna reject it. You probably will get points back for me doing that, rejecting it, which is fine. I think you have a lot of SpartanDee coins, or whatever coins I called them back in the day. Anyway, that's about it. I don't see any other requests, but it still says 4. Oh, there we go. You're not my dad. Yes, done. It's all you, bro. This is all you. Anyway, 1 minute left. I'm basically waiting for it to count down. Can we do anything like maybe open the lockbox? How about that, guys? We can open the lockbox. Let's go back to my main. I don't think we're gonna do a giveaway, unless of course there's enough people. There we go. There's the 12 o'clock mark. It is time for me to end my stream. But just to kind of like have a good ending to the stream, we'll just open a lockbox. How many viewers have we got? Most people are asleep at this point.
SGT underscore Rager 1.
You want to do a giveaway?
I think you should do a giveaway.
I can do a giveaway.
Underscore Rager 1.
Let's do a giveaway.
XD.
I mean, you're the only participant. How do I do it? I forgot.
SGT underscore Rager 1.
Raffle.
Ha-ha.
raffle. S raffle. There we go. So
SpartanDee.
Type in exclamation mark join to join. Like that.
SpartanDee. Join.
Exclamation mark join to join. Sergeant.
SGT underscore Rager 1. Join.
Yeah, you should be in it. So you're definitely gonna be the winner, 100%. What we're gonna do is open a lockbox. I can in fact invoke right now, which I will do in a second. Grab my key in the shared bank, because that's where I keep it, just in case I accidentally. So as a disclaimer, Sergeant, as you may or may not know, if it's something that I need, I can't give away, and I'll just give something else that is of equivalent value, or I open another lockbox. However, unfortunately, I only have the 1 key, and I'm not about to spend Zen on buying another key, if that makes sense. So we are gonna open this undead. I spelled that incorrectly. Undead lockbox, and if it's something that I can give away, I'll give it away. If it's something that I need, I'll keep. And if I keep it, I'll just give you something of equivalent value. Okay? Anyway, without further ado, Bismillah. Rahmanirrahim. Oh! Well, that's not too bad. That's actually not too bad. An epic choice color, right? Because I'm actually accumulating these so that all of my tunes, like all freaking 55 tunes, has an epic color. Now, of their own, meaning to say, I don't swap the colors from one tune, put it in the shared bank, or through mail to give it and equip it on another tune. No, each and every single tune that I have, of which I have 55, will have their own color, 5 each. So that is about, I don't know, 55 times 5, whatever that is, 250, I suppose, 225, something like this. Not exactly, because there are some tunes that already has 275 epic colors. However, I am accumulating the ones that are bound. The unbound ones I can still give away. So Sergeant Rager, if you can let me know what your IGN is on PC, I can send it over to you, sir. On top of you get the points. I think it's like 1,000 points you get for winning, right? It says it right here. You got 1,000 points. So those 1,000 points you can claim for items in game as well. I really hope you're on PC though, sir, because if you're not, I got nothing for you guys on the consoles. There you go. Me, I see you. I feel like, did you get something from me before? I don't know. I feel like maybe. It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. Congrats, and enjoy. Where is my inventory? It has disappeared on me. No problem, sir. A pleasure.
SGT_Rager.
I was almost gonna throw it away. This
Ty bro.
Ty.
SGT_Rager1.
It's like a joke now. Ty.
I just came back after some time, Oswell.
Oh, so would you need other things? I don't know what else I can give you. I mean, I guess I could look at my shared bank. I don't think I have anything here that you can use. It's gonna be like secondhand stuff, you know? I can't think of... I mean, what about...
SGT_Rager1.
What about refinement points? RPs.
Lol, only think I need is comp tokens XD.
I can't give you those, unfortunately.
SGT_Rager1. I'm basically maxed.
Oh, you are? So you don't... Unfortunately, the companion upgrade token bags that you can give away are freaking expensive. I don't understand why. Tarmaloon trade bars would be the next thing, but those are also account bound. Like you get these for you get those from opening keys. How about a Knox box? Do you remember Knox boxes?
SGT_Rager1.
Nah,
it's because the bolster went up.
Yeah.
SGT_Rager1. So many people need them.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I can't think of a consistent way of getting companion upgrade tokens other than the ones that I've covered before in my YouTube. And for those people on YouTube, or who has YouTube,
SGT_Rager1.
This YouTube, which is my YouTube. Shameless plug.
Trade bars. SGT_Rager1.
Didn't it work? That didn't work.
The best way, LOL.
Why didn't it work?
SpartanDee. YT.
Why didn't that work? Oh, there we go. That works now. So yeah, trade bars. Unfortunately, the only other way that I can think of for you getting trade bars is opening lockboxes and going to dungeons. Meaning to say, N dungeon chests. That's the only other way I can think of at the top of my head right now where you can get trade bars. Also, like events, I think you might be able to get those. But anyway, that's the end of the stream. Thank you so much for coming in. I'll be streaming later on today on my TikTok. I'm not sure. Do I have a link for my TikTok? I mean, my TikTok is like downstairs. Downstairs?
RC is good for comp tokens, Oswell.
Is it?
SGT_Rager1. Bye, bro.
No worries. Thank you so much. I don't have the link. I don't have the link to my TikTok. My TikTok is, I believe, this one. I'm gonna have to type it out. .com/ my name. Yeah, I think that's the one.
SpartanDee. TikTok.com/Mahmoud_RushTE.
I think I spelled TikTok wrongly. Yeah, I spelled it incorrectly, but if you correctly spelled the TikTok, you should be able to go to my stream later on today, which is right after this actually. I'll do prayers. I take a break, do prayers. Hopefully I'll stream for like an hour or two. talking about gold, and then I will just end that stream and finally eat, because my fasting window is from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Anyway, thank you again, Sergeant Ranger. Congratulations on winning your Epic Collar Choice Pack, sir. I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for coming in. Bye-bye. Peace, you all. Good night. And bye-bye.